Welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
A good Monday morning to you. Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage, live right here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. Thank you to everyone for listening live on EdmontonSportsTalk.com, on TuneIn, on iHeartRadio. Thank you to those watching live on YouTube. Our thanks to those listening to us on podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Here on the Hangout today, it's Tom Gazzola, it's Matt Iwanyk with you, Murray McCourt before he heads off to the Masters.
So cool.
And Jasmine Sidhu with us
morning.
as well, and Brendan, the intern, on the other side of the camera, keeping us on track and keeping everything going for our YouTube and our audio streams. As I said, this is presented by Sentinel Storage, Canada's storage experts. More than 2 decades helping Canadians get through life's transitions. By Canadian, support Canadian. Right now, they have pick your deals. Unlimited units. 50% off 12 weeks, 75% off 8 weeks, 100% off 4 weeks. That's all it says. What does that mean? Sentinel.ca. How's everyone doing today?
Hanging in there, better than somebody over here,
know.
though. Holy.
Be cranky for another couple of weeks, so not that great.
You're not cranky. I find you very pleasant,
That's so nice.
regardless of your broken ankle
my
situation.
injury,
Or foot.
fractured foot.
Fractured foot, yeah.
Isn't a fracture
and
is a break?
break.
They are the
It's
same, aren't
thing?
they?
I guess so. Trying to make it
Oh,
less
We're getting into the minutia. Of the
Yeah.
injury,
minutia.
but- Yeah.
That's a big word for a Monday morning.
He used it the last week, and it was so good when he was ranting about
Oh, man.
the Oilers and.
I was feisty last week.
Yeah, you were. I thought you were mad at me. I was doing one of those girl things. I'm like, "Are you mad at me?" Because
No, there was no anger. It was
Maybe he
just-
was mad at his real girlfriend and just took it out on you.
Maybe.
No.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I stormed in on him. I hopped in on him when he was had to take. I was late.
Oh, yeah, I was right in the middle. I forgot about that. Thanks for reminding
Yeah.
me. All right.
Now you are mad at me again.
Yeah. No.
1 foot. Give me a break.
Pretty hard for you to.
I mean, don't give me a break. Get it?
Hey, Gene's not here.
But bump.
And it's pretty hard for you to storm in on anything right now.
Right?
Yeah. Wow,
Sounds
they're
like a
playing
guy in
video
his
games
sweatpants
already.
over there.
Yeah.
If I'm guessing, I know they like to play 21. They've added a dunk rule in there, and I'm wondering if the dunk is what happens.
That is hard to make a basket in there.
It is.
It is not.
Reed has perfected the granny shot.
Oh,
He really
did
has.
Yeah, it does the granny shot, and he started winning quite a bit of 21 games of 21. I know against Brendan. I know against Trev. But
that
struggles
really
against
count?
Jay. Struggles against Jay.
Does that really count though? Like that's
A win's a win, Murray. Win's a win.
But he's
It's not
gotta-
how you do it.
He's got to
It's as
give
long
in
as you
his
get the
man
dunk.
card. For
With the
doing
granny
it.
toss?
Yeah.
Well, what would you rather have? The win honorably or lose honorably or win however you can?
Oh boy, I don't know if I'd want to win that way. I mean,
So
that'd
you'd
be-
rather lose honorably than
Listen.
win at any cost, at all costs.
That would be like Ovechkin taking an empty net goal to that he told the
Good point.
coach.
So
no.
is Gretzky 50 and 39 not honorable?
Well, that's a good point. But that was what 5 goals in that game he got.
He did it. That was his
Wow.
5th goal of that game.
So an empty netter for your 5th goal in a game. Okay.
But for $8.95, I like how that shot yesterday was a nice shot.
Oh,
Great celebration.
So perfect that he scored the goal on a power play from his office.
Yep.
That he scored so many of those goals from. And I like the Selly too,
The dive.
swan dive. Yeah.
I thought that was very well done by the league, Islanders, and the Caps. Well done. Very well done.
Yeah, it was organic. I know some people are hating on his dive. I'm like, why?
Why?
Oh,
It was
Again.
great.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen that. That's
Did you?
crazy.
Gretzky did like the dancing chop stride thing. Remember when he got 804? Yeah.
Wow, you got to have some type of quality Selly for that, don't
Yeah,
you?
you deserve
My
it.
goodness.
Celebrate yourself.
Exactly.
Nothing against the dive at all. I thought that was wonderful.
Did you see the video of him going into a bar afterwards?
Yes,
to the
I
big
can't wait to
celebration?
talk about it.
Oh, I didn't see that. I got
This
this.
Oh,
guy-
come on. Brandon has it up too.
How do you score as many goals in the NHL as he does at his age with a dad bod? Like he is,
And his diet,
yeah. Well, his diet is beer, isn't it?
and he
Yes.
eats Subway. He has Diet Pepsi, not Coke, apparently, since you guys are Pepsi boys. But Diet Pepsi in his water bottle on the bench.
You're a Pepsi girl too.
Wow.
You're a Pepsi girl too.
No,
You preferred the Pepsi over the Coke. We
I
did the
prefer
blind
the
test.
Coke.
No, when we had it,
We have this on tape.
yeah,
okay?
you prefer. You said after you're like this one. Oh, you were stunned because you
No.
like the Pepsi more.
That was for Sprite and 7-Up. Promise. Yes, I chose this. I thought I'd like the 7-Up, but I chose the Sprite.
Pretty sure it was the Pepsi. I'm sure it was both.
I swear to God, no. We can roll this.
You
back.
can go look that up after. I'm pretty sure it was
I remember
Pepsi
I first took and you two were like, oh, this is so good meal. I'm like, ugh. Immediately, I'm like, this is sugary before Reed ruined everything.
Oh, that Reed.
Yeah, I got really mad on air.
No,
Yeah.
that would never happen.
So I'm triggered by this.
I
but
can't
yeah,
even think
Diet
of the
Pepsi.
last time I had a sip of pop. Like, it's a long, long time ago, the last time I had a sip of pop.
I used to drink it a lot. I've got off of it, but I had it recently. It's nice. It's a nice treat now.
Is it?
It's a nice thing to have once in a while. And you're like, this is why I enjoyed this. I don't
When
need
you
any
were a
more,
kid,
but this is good.
What did you have?
The last time I think would have been Barks Root Beer, actually.
Oh,
I had one of those on Saturday. It was delicious.
Barks has bite.
Johnny?
Barks is so good.
Yeah,
We got to do a root beer test next.
I'm too scared to do that stuff. Somebody's going to ruin it. Dusty will start drinking them early.
Yeah.
Didn't
He'll
that
start
happen?
drinking. Reed will
Well,
come in
Dusty
here
started
and
drinking
just
them early.
tell us what it is already.
He cracked, and then so we lost the fizz and like the carbonation of it. And then Reed came in and he's just like, oh yeah, that's the 7-Up.
And this-
Thanks, Reed.
We're all-
Well, probably the last pop I did have was a root beer. And can you beat going to A&W in a frosted mug and have an A&W root beer? I don't think that can be
Good call.
A&W knows how to do their pop too because they don't put ice in it.
Yep.
beat. But it's
They
still
don't
cold.
dilute.
It's
I
still
know, but
cold in
they
the mug.
they don't want to dilute their pop, so they give it to you if you order a pop even to go. It's not with ice.
Not that I get soda a lot when I go to anywhere, but that is like the worst thing is when you get a meal and they give you the pop and it's all ice.
All ice,
It's
yeah.
just no ice, please. And you want the full thing.
Always no ice.
No ice, please.
But then it's warm though. Warm pop can't be.
Should.
If it's from the machine, it should be cool.
Yeah.
And then if I'm okay if it warms up over time because I'd rather have more warmer pop than a diluted pop.
Well, that's fair too.
True. Fizz is such a big deal for me. I won't drink it otherwise. And I know people substitute like coffee with pop.
Ooh.
Like the people that have like I know a few that love Diet Coke or
Ugh.
over coffee.
Well, yeah, I guess it's just for the caffeination.
Yeah.
Do you guys prefer fountain pop or bottled pop, and why?
Oh,
They're both different.
They are
I
very
guess-
different.
Yeah.
I
That's
guess
why
it would
I think I was
be
curious
the
what you like
mood you're
better.
in. Like
It's
they
mood
have their
related.
there's something nice about going to the fountain pop and having a good pop from there. But there's also something else. I'd rather have a can than a bottle. I will say that.
Yep. I agree with that one.
There's a difference. I that's how little I drink pop. I wouldn't know if there's. a
Well,
difference
now it's
between a
been so long
pop
since
and
I've had a bunch of it. Oh, we had pop here last week. I could bring you a glass of
No.
Coke Zero. Is that what we have?
Yeah, we had iced tea.
We have
I
a
think somebody
week-old
drank
Coke
it
Zero.
very quick.
No chance.
You don't want the flat week-old Coke Zero?
No, absolutely not.
It's for Reed.
It's free.
It's for Reed.
Well, our first big staff meeting we had Reed and we all stayed a night. Reed was very adamant about us having pop for it.
Yeah.
Because usually our meetings is either water or beer. You just drink beer.
Yeah.
But Reed wanted pop, so we had to
did
go get
he
him pop.
Not have any pop too. He kind of
He had very little pop.
Yeah.
He drinks a small amount. He's like, it's just a treat for me.
Does
So now
he drink beer though?
he does, but he's not at the meetings.
Not at the meetings. All business.
Mm-hmm.
You still looking at yourself in the?
No,
doing
I'm
selfies or
reading the
what?
nasty chat. I finally am now got everything together. I had to do the Instagram post, and I forgot the link. Then I had to do another post.
Oh my goodness, you're a busy girl.
I am, the 1 foot. Gotta still.
Yeah.
Life doesn't stop. So.
The Georgia Satellite. Resident 30-plus year Coke operations guy here. All warm pop is flat pop.
I agree. It's gotta be cold.
Well, yeah, interesting point.
OV, sorry. So he went to his favorite Mediterranean restaurant. Did you have a text you wanted to read?
No.
Okay. Yeah, and then did you see how he got handed the 2 beers?
Yeah. Watch that.
Okay. So first of all, in the locker room, he had a Coors Light, and I'm like, what the hell? Why aren't you having a premium beer? But then after he started drinking Stella's, So anywho, and then they took a plane back to Washington, went to his favorite restaurant, and then he was handed 2 beers, and immediately he took them like it was no thing. Yeah, and then here's the best part. I hope you guys understand this. They they changed the song when he walked in to "Bands Can Make Her Dance."
Yeah.
Do you guys not know this? It's like the Washington Capitals party song. It's so good. It's about strippers, Murray.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
it was right over my head. Thanks for pointing that out.
And like, yeah, bands can make her dance. Okay. Well, put it on your Spotify if you don't get it.
Oh boy, you were so fun all the time.
Oh, me? Thanks. It's Monday.
Yeah, no, it's like with a broken foot, and you're still this much fun.
Oh, I appreciate that.
So you said he had a Coors Light in the locker room,
I think that was his first beer.
and it might be because it's a sponsor.
Oh.
Yeah, or in arena sponsor. Like you go like at Rogers Place,
Uh-huh.
all Molson product, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so that would probably be like the same offering that they have.
You might be right, because Luca, when he was caught with the beer, I think 2 years ago or 3 years ago, yeah, he was also having a Coors Light.
And a lot of times, like, oh, you're in the building. This is what the building has for offerings. So that's because I remember one time when I started with Rexall Sports before it became OEG, I was out with one of the execs and beer on me, Tom. I'm like, okay. And I ordered something and it wasn't a Molson product. And he's like, that's not a Molson product. You're paying for it. And I was like,
That's not
Oh.
nice. Yeah.
and then I was like, oh, it's really just catering to the sponsors. That's why.
Yeah.
And I've always became more conscious of that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, valid point though.
Well, you could have given him a heads up.
Well,
Yeah, you
fair.
could've.
I was gonna say
That's
that. Oh,
true.
hey, order something.
Absolutely.
It's on me, but yeah, it has to be just a Molson or Coors product.
Just say that.
That's a dick move in my mind. After,
But a learning
oh, that's
moment.
not it. Sorry, you got to pay for that one now yourself.
That's exactly what happened.
That's a learning moment for young Tommy Gazzola.
That was.
yeah, but
I
how's
had
he
to learn.
supposed to know that at that moment?
I was not aware.
That's why it's a learning
And
moment.
it wasn't a work like environment, or we were outside of the workplace.
Even more so.
Well, but
Give
I
him
get
the
his
heads
point,
up.
though.
Hey, I will get you something, but hey, by the way, if you got to have a Molson or a Coors. It's on me.
But if you're seen out in public and you're in that type of a position, it kind of makes sense to.
It's a good chance you
I
won't see
see,
me with a
and-
Molson product.
Well, fair,
But I will just one thing I've learned about our time with Alley Cat is that all the craft beer people love each other and they go drink at each other's stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
That when we were at Alley Cat, there was a guy from a different brewery drinking at the time.
Because they all have 99th Street has the breweries, right?
So like even at like that small community themselves, like it's not like even if you're part of Alley Cat, you can only be seen drinking Alley Cat. If you're drinking something else, it's like you're support. Like so, yeah, they sponsor the Oilers. If you're an OEG exec or something, yeah, okay, maybe you just want to enjoy something else for once.
I'll throw
I
this.
think he should have had. I think they should have had to tell you in that moment before you ordered.
Yeah.
I will pay, but it's got to be this one.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I can't because I can't. Like you should have had an explanation. I don't. I'm disappointed by this. I'm getting a little fired up about this one.
Right?
Who was this? I want names.
Well, I'll tell you after.
So speaking of Alley Cat, then, and your relationship with them through the 5 o'clock lager, our clubhouse manager Adam Wizard selects all of our alcohol we have on property, but he always does a beer of the week in the snack shack, which during the EST tournament last year became the 6 o'clock lager.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because it went over pretty well and whatnot, we now this year are going to have 3 different Alley Cat beers in our beer selection,
way.
and it was
Nice.
all brought on because of the 6 o'clock lager. So
Oh.
Alley Cat gets some extra business thanks to EST.
Love it.
So they just sold well enough, and Adam's just like, "Yeah, we're keeping these ones."
Yeah, and I think the 6 o'clock lager will be back for a beer of the week during the EST tournament, maybe another week or two as well. But the that whole thing is happening because of the introduction of the 6 o'clock lager at the
love
ranch.
that.
Yeah, it's a good
it's-
story.
Hazy IPAs. What do you know the other two?
I don't drink beer, so I see. I must be a loser. I don't drink pop. I don't drink beer. Like,
But
I'm
not drinking
boring.
pop.
But you drink wine.
Yes, I do drink
Yeah.
wine.
It's just grape juice.
That's not loser at all.
Okay.
No.
Wine is cool.
Yeah, wine is cool. I
Yeah.
agree. But yeah, basically the only things I drink is water and wine. Other than that, I won't.
Will you
no
drink a
coffee.
beer?
No.
Like if they give you, like when you're at Masters this week, and if all that there is beer, you're not cracking one open.
0 chance.
Okay.
I feel like it's going to be wine anyway.
I'll do a little math.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I'll do a little math. The last time I had a sip of beer was 40 years ago.
Wow.
I haven't had a sip of beer for 40 years. And I know that
3?
dates myself.
Older
Yeah,
than all
exactly.
of us.
Thanks, Tommy. I love you, buddy. But yeah, so that's the odds of me having a sip of beer at the Masters is not going to happen. Yeah.
I remembered when we golfed together.
Mm-hmm.
It's a flex.
Oh yeah, that was so fun.
Yeah, the cart came around. You were so generous to us and our team, and but you didn't. I
didn't have a sip. Yeah, I don't drink on the golf course.
Yeah, because you wanted to play.
Yeah, well, even though it's a fun tournament and whatnot, I still I have had some wine with you after for sure.
Yeah, of course.
But on the golf course, I just watched you indulge.
I thought, but I started to suck. Then I was like, "This. I need a drink now." Okay.
What was that one hole? It was I can't remember what the alcohol was, but it was up on the 15th hole, and your tee box was down below, but you didn't want to leave because you just kept pounding shooters with
please, with the other
with everyone that walked by. Oh, let's do a shooter together. You had like 6.
Oh yeah, because everybody kept. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
People kept coming up to me to do shots.
I don't remember what it was.
I felt really. I felt really cool.
Now,
Can't say no to a shot.
No.
what was that? What was that though? I want to say
Sticky Rice had a tent too with a bunch of shots set up.
There was a few.
No, that was the Birdie Booze.
Yeah.
We had them set up. What hole would have that been? 18, 17, 16, 15, 14th hole. The par 4 dogleg right. Is that 14?
15. 15 is the hole we're talking about.
That is 15?
Yeah. Was that birdie?
Yes.
Was that birdie
Yes.
booze?
Yeah, sorry.
But it was
Because 14, then 14 is the par
the
3.
combine crew.
Yeah.
It was
Sticky
the
Rice,
combine crew's wife.
Yeah, Sticky Rice. That's
Sticky
her.
Rice. Oh,
That's her. That's her.
Oh, that's her
alias.
handle.
Her alias.
Okay,
her
so yeah,
nasty
that
name.
was where it was. Yeah. So birdie booze. Like
Yeah.
you didn't want to leave. You were just
wasn't
content
me.
to sit there
It
and
was-
do shot after
It was
shot
the
after
cart
shot.
behind us, and then
Well,
the one
exactly.
in front of us, and then everybody's like Jasmine.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're so popular.
I couldn't be rude.
See, I was just so fortunate to be paired with you
I was
to
so-
enjoy what
We
I
had
got to
fun.
witness.
So when I found out we were on the same team,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my, because I never met you properly, right?
Right.
And I was like, oh my god, I was like, I gotta behave, I gotta be proper, blah blah. We ended up having just a blast.
See, just because I behave on the golf course doesn't mean I care if the people I'm with misbehave.
I was
mean,
good.
I can live vicariously through you and watch all the fun you're having.
You were fun.
Well,
You give me pointers.
well, that's not necessarily fun.
Well, it was because I didn't want you to be like, ugh, a rookie,
Yeah.
right? Mr. Expert over here carrying the bag, didn't go in the cart once.
Well, golf is exercise.
Yeah, it was dope.
You could burn up to 1,200 calories carrying your bag in golf. I
Yeah.
read that.
You read that? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And I
a
haven't
good
carried
workout.
my bag since. I'm just kidding.
Well, you carry your bag from the parking lot to the power cart.
That's true.
And then, I was going to say then back at it for you, but no, you're just stopping the car and dropping your clubs off.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I did walk one last year with my uncle, but only one. It was good.
Yeah, that's awesome. You're more focused on the game, and
Yeah.
you're just a little more time kind of on your own space to think about what you're going to do with your next shot, and it's good.
It is. I actually agree with that very much. Matthew,
Yeah,
bag carrying this year?
I don't have a bag to carry. It's not a good carrying bag. I would need a different bag for it.
with
I
your
need one with the straps. And
with your
stuff.
shoulder, are you 100% you could carry and not
I want to be
have
able
an
to
issue?
carry. Oh yeah.
It wouldn't no remnants from that.
Oh, that'd be fine.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd have no issues with that. Do you have any projected date change?
Well, I'm not going to say today, but I will say this. Because myself and our superintendent are going to the Masters tomorrow night, we have a meeting tomorrow afternoon where we will decide the day that it's going to be,
Ooh.
and it will get announced on social media tomorrow with what day people can start booking.
Nice.
And it's between date A and date B, 2 days that we're humming and hawing on, and we're giving till tomorrow afternoon, as long as we can before we leave to see exactly what the course looks like, continue to look at what the forecast looks like, and where they're at in their preparations. And so it's either this day or that day. And it's not crazy far away.
Does that include? Does that mean you drive the course? Like, do you go look at it all? Or
No. We won't. I mean, he does that all the time. I mean,
Okay.
he might.
Yeah,
I
because
mean, if he's concerned about a spot here or a spot there being too wet, and if we're going to be able to, I mean, if it might slow something, he'll take me there and say, "Here's a concern, and this is like." But I mean, if it's snow on a fairway, we just go move it. We would not open because there was some snow left in a fairway. We just go spread it around, and it'll melt in seconds right now, right? With these temperatures. So, yeah.
You had a projected window last week. Is it around that window?
Well, I think I said
I didn't know. We didn't go dates right now. If you didn't want to.
Yeah. It's on the early side of that or
Perfect.
earlier.
Okay.
Wow. Is the range open, Murray?
No, we never open the range until we open the course. We're outside of the city. We don't have members.
Yeah.
There's ranges in the city that are open. Like it makes no sense for us to do that.
So keep it locked to the Rant social medias as well as EST tomorrow, because we will push that out there, no question, for when the ranch will open up. As for the EST Golf Classic second annual, it will take place July 8th. This week, Nasty Club annual members will get the early access for registration. So keep it locked to your emails if you're a Nasty Club annual member, because when that comes out, I'm expecting it'll fill rather quickly. It did last year. So stay tuned. That's all I'll say with that one. There's no date that I'm going to announce when it gets out there. It's because it's a first come, first serve thing. It's just going to be sent out in your email one afternoon. It will be an afternoon.
Nasty
pop up
Club
into your
guys get first dibs though, yeah?
The annual members of the Nasty Club, they will get first dibs. But again, it is only so many spots. So if that sells.
You love the limited supply, like
limited edition. Yeah.
like how about like hole sponsors and all that? Because somebody suggested to me that she would like to sponsor hole, and he's like, "No, we're sold out. We can't have no more booze holes." And I was like, "Okay, relax."
I was following the rules of the AGLC, and it did not go that way at all.
He yelled at me.
I did not.
He hurt my
I
feelings.
specifically said we just can't do that one.
Tom,
AGLs.
how dare you try to help me?
Oh, too funny.
No, that's not exactly how it went, but okay.
That was verbatim how it was. I'm stretching quite a bit there, actually. Anyway.
I am just
Look, I'm
following
just
the
trying
great
to help.
rules of the ranch because they know what needs to be done, and they do great amount of work with the tournament. So it was great working with Adam and Trevor last year. And I have to email Trevor back. He emailed me last week, and I forgot to get back to him. It was a little bit longer ago. I got to email Trevor back. But the ranch is a place you want to book your golf tournament. From premier conditions, premier golf facilities, the corporate branded products, the ranch. It is your all-in-one tournament. Proud host to over 100 tournaments every single year, including
100.
120.
100 and about 180.
Oh, that's from your website.
Yeah.
The 120.
Well, then I should update that.
Yeah, that's right from the website. So, okay, 180 golf tournaments each year. Wow. They're here to help you execute all your tournament ideas. Book your tournament today. Visit theranchgolf.com. It is time for a Hangout headlines. Do we want to go into Oilers talk or do we want to go into basketball talk? Where do you guys want to go? Because
Well, are you going to cry if we talk about basketball? Or?
I'm numb to it now.
You're numb to
Dusty
it.
and I had a chat about Duke already before the show, so I'm numb to that now.
Okay.
Actually, you brought it up this morning, and I already started the process of just pushing it out of my mind.
Yeah.
But I got to get through that.
Before we move on, I wanted to just say that Janet Gretzky got Ovi's wife a Cartier as a gift. That's like over $20,000 bracelet.
Wow.
Yeah, could be more than that actually. And then I was trying to research what Colleen Howe got for Janet.
Did it say?
I couldn't find it online. Do you guys know? I think it was a bracelet as well, but I want to know the brand.
Of course you do.
Well, I don't.
That's Jasmine right there. Jasmine in a nutshell.
I'm just curious to see like their taste, you know, what kind of girlies they are. So
Well,
I thought that was, I love that whole wife gifting tradition.
Well, on that note, how classy is Wayne, and Janet been through this process? I mean, Gretzky's got some other records that'll never be touched.
Yes.
But, inside he was, how do you think he was inside? He was 100% like, yes, good for him. That's the way he came across. But in a way, you probably think, oh, I'm losing an incredible record.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Gotta hurt a little bit.
I know because he told me.
Yeah.
He did, eh?
Yeah, last summer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
But outwardly, 100%
Yeah.
class act all the way.
Yeah.
it is what it is, I think. Hey, accept it. At least it was OV. Like, at least it was a cool guy who did it.
Yeah.
Like,
He's a good steward of the game. He gets it. Also, the Gordie Howe pin was a nice touch.
Yeah. I that too. I mean, just every little attention to detail of honoring the situation
Yeah.
was really met.
and like that OV symbol that they had of his back.
Oh, his logo?
The logo's so nice. There was like people wearing the hat. Like, what a nice momentum to take out of that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the ones Wayne really liked and wanted to keep.
Yeah.
But Ovechkin's the best scorer of all time.
Somebody paid 11,000 USD. I think that was the most expensive ticket to get into that game.
Jeez.
Imagine if he didn't do it and it was an Islanders game.
Oh my.
But average tickets on Ticketmaster were average about 1,000-ish
Damn.
USD to get in. Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah,
You can probably get into that building relatively inexpensively on
$40.
any arena night, yeah. Although it looks like a nice new arena. It's one of the few I haven't been to, but that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And like the shout outs that Ovechkin got,
by all the stars.
Yes.
That was unreal.
I thought that was great.
Yeah. Celebrities,
Yeah.
including athletes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tom Brady, LeBron.
Yeah.
There's quite a lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vince Vaughn. Like, it just ranged from.
Jeter, Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Big one.
It ranged from so many people. It's nice to recognize hockey.
Yeah, as it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, okay, let's get to the real deal here. I took Houston to win it all. And Duke lost. I couldn't believe it. Did you guys catch that whole game?
Unfortunately, I did.
Real game. I texted Maddie right after with the. Couldn't believe it.
Why did you pick Houston over Duke? I'm curious. Like, what about their team? Like, did you like over Duke's?
Here's the thing. So my family are UNC people. We hate Duke.
Me too.
So even though I thought Duke was going to win. To be
Yeah,
honest
of
with you,
course.
I was like, I'm not choosing them out of
Spite.
loyalty. Yeah,
Spite,
exactly.
yeah.
That's not who I'm going to go. And look at me. I hope I win. Maddie, you said I would win the whole tournament,
I
right?
think ESPN had a thing where they had a group forecaster. So once you got to the Sweet 16, you could click and play with it, and it would kind of predict which brackets were going. And I clicked Houston, and it said you had the chance of winning.
Unreal.
So I think like if Houston wins, I'd have to go double check.
Yeah.
I'd have to go grab my laptop for it. I think if Houston wins tonight, you win the whole EST,
Isn't that crazy?
which means you win a spot on the Hangout.
Oh, is that what you win?
I said I was going to give something to a winner, and I was like,
Oh my
well,
gosh.
maybe we'll do a spot on the Hangout. So if she wins, Jasmine, you're getting to go on the Hangout. Good job, congrats. Round of clicks for Jasmine.
Can
You know?
I just give that? Can I like choose someone?
No,
Oh, come on. Give me the new EST shirt then. The black one.
I don't have power over that.
Okay. Great. So I win and that's it? I don't get
How many entries are in this?
Welcome to 130 some. Welcome
130
to,
some. Oh, good
welcome
for
to
you.
being an employee, and you get nothing when you win. Like, congratulations.
All right. Well, you're the Duke guy.
I am.
So get into it. Like, I mean, you guys led pretty much from start to finish.
was
You
their
had
game
a
was- they
massive
were in
lead
hand,
with
yeah.
9 minutes
I think
left.
a 14-point lead at one point.
Yeah.
Even with a few seconds left, you had a 3-point lead with like 14 seconds left.
Houston
Well,
was
they had
better.
a 7-point lead with like 20 seconds left or something
Yeah.
like that.
So what
it
the
just
hell?
came. Well, I got worried about 5 minutes to go in the game or something. I saw the team stats came up, and it had Duke at like 40. Was it 48%? Maybe they're shooting as high as 48%, or maybe it was 45%. I was like, that's a little too high. That's coming down the stretch. So that concerned me. I was like, Duke's going to get cold here.
Mm-hmm.
But then it just came down to they couldn't inbound a ball. Like they were struggling inbounding the ball, and then the guy gives the turnover, and immediately Houston gets it, shoots it out for the 3. He misses, but they get an immediate dunk, and then Proctor gets the ball, and he can't hit a free throw. He's a 60-some% shooter, and like it's a 1-and-1, which sucked. Like it's too bad there weren't more fouls. It wasn't the double, but it's like you have to make at least one. So you have to make that first one. If you miss the second one, it's a 3-point game. Okay, it's a little different, but you have to make that first one. He misses, and then Cooper Flag gets, I will say, a BS foul. That shouldn't have been a foul. But I'm not going to blame the game on that foul. They blew a 14-point lead. This
exactly.
isn't, I can't blame anything. And they still had one more possession after that. Houston went and hit the 2 free throws. Cooper Flagg had the ball in his hands. You could go take the lead. You could go, win this game still for Duke, and they couldn't get it done. So I know, Duke's one of those schools. I know that there's no sympathy for Duke. Everyone's happy and revels in the devastation of Duke. For me, it was a huge collapse.
Yes.
And it is like, that one hurt. That one, like, as the game was ending, I'm like, hey, okay, we're going to, like, in my mind, I'm like, hey, we'll be going to the national championship. I was worried about Florida and Auburn the entire time still. But I was like, okay, well, let's see what happens on Monday. But then they blew that, and it was just like, I was numb.
Yeah.
So
Woke up Sunday, and I still was just like thinking about it a little bit. I
I
started
did
getting out of my
too.
mind, but I was just like, I can't believe. I would have rather they just lost the game, but not like the collapse is always a tough one. Because you're sitting there like, they blew this. They blew this.
Yeah.
So one field goal in like the last 8 minutes of the game for Duke. So, I mean, that's crazy. That just doesn't happen. So is it Duke choke or was it stifling defense of Houston? Because, I mean, if they're having trouble inbounding the ball, my goodness.
Oh, God, I'll give credit to Houston
Yeah.
too. Like, yeah, that's great defense, but there's a lot of great defenses out there, and teams find even the Duke, like Dusty said it this morning to me off the air. He says, at the very least, like, and one, they still had a timeout. Make Cooper Flagg, who's their star, give him the ball to inbound it. Put it in his hand if this other guy's struggling. And also, like, I would have rather seen a Hail Mary throw into the other end of the second, the other court. Then you can't have a turnover right in your inside your own 3-pointer like arc. Like, that's where you can't have a turnover there. I'd rather you turn the ball over at the other end of the court, because then Houston has to come and then set up or whatever. But like, just throw one, lob one.
Yeah.
Send the guy and lob one from. I don't like this. It was just that one play. That was it. It all came down to that one inbound, and then Duke was just mentally collapsed at that point.
Yeah.
It was
when
crushing.
the game's on the line, you got to make a basket.
Yeah, and
they
Houston was the best defense coming into this.
Yeah.
And credit to them for that full comeback. And they scored the baskets. And like, look, that turnover can happen, and that ball goes out for the 3, and he misses still. But the other guy gets the dunk for the 2. Like, they got the basket still. A lot of times you might get that ball and you miss, and then Duke gets the rebound. And you're like, okay, we averted disaster. Houston made them pay. Houston made them pay.
Yeah.
So credit to Houston on that. I hate Florida, so I'd rather see Houston win tonight. But Abutsky does say that I have to check the standings, because I think he might be in position to win this now.
Well, it doesn't matter now since I don't win anything. That's my pride.
Bragging rights?
Well, yeah, pride's good.
Pride's good, right?
Yeah.
I think bragging rights of a 130-some person bracket is worth it.
Thank you. Right?
Well, then you get a pat on the back.
Yeah, right? I'll take it.
See you next.
It's my life.
Yeah.
That's what you win a bracket, don't, fracture a foot. Lose a phone.
Did you sell your other one?
No, it's for sale, by the way. Holler at me if you want. I'll give you a really good deal. That's one it gone now, because it's still within warranty, so you can still add AppleCare.
Nice.
Yeah.
You should get a year for that. I
EST
think.
Marketplace.
Yeah, Marketplace is just such a scumbag of a place, though.
Oh yes.
So like 90 cents. I'm like, what, do you honestly not have a life? You have to go out of your way to like type this and send it, and like, what do you get out of this?
How about all the scams on Market? Scary.
Oh,
That's where
yeah.
I've seen people who will agree to that and say, come meet me at this place. And then they don't go there. They make the person drive there for no reason.
Oh yeah, but again, I don't have the time. It's just annoying that I even have to click it to get that notification out. You know?
I know that pain.
Get a life.
Wow. People these days, though. Hey,
Yeah.
that's-
So glad to see Duke lost. Anyways, you're allowed to brag about the Lakers and OKC. They whipped OKC's ass in OKC.
It's not playoffs.
Yeah.
That's like, I will say that. And so it gives me, and it was in OKC. Like, so I will take that. It's a good spot for Duke or for the Lakers.
Mine.
But we shall see what happens in the play. It makes me feel better about my bet with Belsey even more so.
Mm-hmm.
Belsey made me
your
a bet. Oh, he still have to come up with terms on this one, but he made a bet a month ago or so with me. A little bit longer, actually, though. He said if OKC Lakers meet, he has the Thunder winning in 4 or 5.
5, I think.
I get the Lakers losing a series to the Thunder in 6 or 7, or the Lakers winning the series, and I win the bet. I just need the Lakers to win 2 games in a best of 7 series if those 2 teams meet for me to win a series. So yesterday gives me a little more confidence that the Lakers are at least winning 2 games.
You better get the terms sorted out on that because I like your odds.
Yeah, it was just like I had to do it.
Yeah,
It was a
You're
great
not going to
bet.
say no to that.
I got to figure out terms on that one. But yeah, no, Lakers are. If they showed anything, that they are actual title contenders. They are behind. I still think Cavs, Celtics, Thunder, but they are contenders.
Yeah. Also, OKC lost to Houston too, so maybe this is something that they need to it has to happen to them, so they'll play better and they don't
Like
get too
a quick
comfortable.
smack.
Yes, that's right. A reality check,
Yeah.
right?
Sometimes you need a smack.
Yeah.
I'd like this from Reed Wilkins in the Nasty Chat. Gators versus Cougars would also be a good real life showdown. Who would win?
Wow.
I'm taking the Gator.
I guess.
I don't know.
Oh,
Cougar,
boy.
like,
Yeah,
more
Cougars are
nimble,
scary.
get around.
Agile, yeah.
They
Yeah.
bite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Gators
Cougars
bite too.
Yeah,
fast.
but that's all they got.
But can the Cougar get in through the skin or whatever
Yes.
of a
Well, yeah, that's
Gator.
a good question.
I would say so, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Just
That's
picturing
tough
it.
leather to get through.
That's my point. Do they have it in them to effectively get to a gator and bite it enough that it could like subdue it or something? Or is that gator going to be able to just shake it off and go away and then come back? And
Oh man, I don't know.
Yeah,
I lean towards the cougar
I'm
because
going
of how
cougar.
nimble it is.
Yeah,
does
exactly.
Yeah.
Chat GPT have an idea?
Yeah,
So-
that's
this on my TikTok feed. I'm going to forget the name of a podcast. Clips of a podcast keep coming up right now, and this reminds me of so much because it's these two guys, and the one guy would say to the other guy, "All right, so who would win the big lion against, or how many hyenas would it take to take down the biggest of the big lion in Africa? What would that look like?" And it's just all these scenarios,
yeah,
and
that's
that's
so funny.
I think that might be the number that the guy said.
I
And
said
he
8
kinda-
too. Yeah.
Those lions are ferocious.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the hyenas.
Hyenas are little brats.
Yeah, though.
But you get them in a pack. What does ChatGPT
Well, they're
say?
relentless.
Yeah.
ChatGPT, I will just give a quick summary. It depends. It's home court advantage.
Uh-oh.
Home court matters.
Boy, yeah.
In a battle
Water.
between a gator and a cougar, the outcome would largely depend on environment and circumstances. Here are how it might play out in different situations. On land, the cougar would likely have the advantage. Cougars are agile, fast, and skilled predators that can use their speed and claws to attack. They are also great at ambush and could deliver powerful bites. The gator, though strong, is slow on land and would struggle against the cougar's mobility. But in water, the gator would have the upper hand. Gators are aquatic animals and they are powerful swimmers. They can ambush from below the surface using their strength and powerful bite. The cougar, being more of a land animal, won't be as adept in water and could be a significant disadvantage. So the gator would win in water, but the cougar would win on land.
Oh, fascinating.
makes sense.
What about shallow water?
Ah.
'Cause-
Okay.
Yeah.
How
Okay.
about
Oh,
in shallow water?
I'm
Who
pretty
wins?
sure I have seen videos of leopards getting taken down by crocodiles. I know gators and crocodiles.
Yeah, when
are
they
a little
come
bit
out of the water
Yeah.
and they like pull them
Yeah,
in.
yeah,
Yeah, because
yeah.
they're drowning them. But that's like their only maneuver that they could do, I feel like.
Those
Well,
are
they
freaky
drown you. I think
videos.
they get you in their mouth and they spin you, so you get disoriented, and then you drown, and then they eat you. Yeah, I think that's what they do.
This is like a full boxing matchup. In shallow water, the battle becomes interesting because the environment starts to favor both animals in different ways. I'm not going to go into all the explanation, but the gator's advantage in shallow water is its jaws and strength in water, while the cougar's advantages in shallow water are agility and heightened senses. Now the big question, who wins in shallow water? In shallow water, the fight is more balanced. The gator still has its powerful jaws, which could be lethal if it gets a good grip. However, the cougar's agility and speed could help it avoid being caught. So the likely outcome, if the gator avoids the gator's bite, if the cougar avoids the gator's bite and manages to land several hits with its claws or bites, it could eventually wear the gator down. But if the gator lands a successful bite, it could quickly end the fight. In shallow water, the cougar's best chance is to stay mobile and avoid the gator's deadly jaws, while the gator's success relies on getting a good bite. It's a close match, but the gator's agility might give it a slight edge. It would dodge the initial attack and strike strategy. Get ChatGPT on color analysis before this fight.
Oh my.
It broke it down.
Yeah,
Oh
that's fun though.
my.
I mean, that type of information you can get on AI is so
I
fun.
know.
AI says though a cougar.
Yeah,
I've
And
wish-
Neutral
people-
field. It's giving it the cougar.
Yeah,
We got a text coming in on this one.
Okay.
I have seen a couple of cougars in my day, and they are formidable predators. They're huge too.
Oh, I thought he meant at a bar. Like the ones that
my
Tommy
gosh.
likes.
Well, that statement works for those cougars too.
Yeah.
They are formidable.
Oh, wow.
Rawr, rawr.
Okay. Cougar versus a mountain lion.
Oh,
Cougar versus
Again.
a mountain lion. Okay, well,
are they too similar or no?
I feel like they are.
Well, I feel like a mountain lion is a little bigger. But see, the only reason I know it because I just keep seeing these clips of this podcast because I'm fascinated by it and
Yeah.
how these guys that are very intelligent with it would say what ChatGPT is saying.
Yeah.
Maybe they have ChatGPT up on their screen in front of him and he's just reading it. I don't know. But
Could be.
A cougar and mountain lion are actually the same animal. The term cougar is often used interchangeably with mountain lion, but they
Really?
also go by other names such as puma or catamount, depending on the region. This is according to ChatGPT, so if it's wrong, don't blame me. In a battle between a cougar and a mountain lion, there'd be no winner because they are the same species. It's just a matter of different names used in different areas.
really, I didn't know that.
Because I did ask in a neutral setting who wins, a cougar or mountain lion. So
Are you guys more afraid to, like when you're going on a hike to face a bear or a cougar?
I just don't
Yeah,
go on
right?
hikes.
Well, grizzly bear and black bear are two different beasts. So
Yeah. Okay. So,
So-
not grizzly, right?
yeah, then it's absolutely a cougar.
Okay,
Yeah, black
I
bear.
fear it so much.
Black bear fears you in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's scary too. I don't know if anybody's ever had been approached by a bear or whatever. I've seen bears when I've been hiking, and it like my heart just drops.
I
Like,
bet.
I'm gonna die. This is it.
but
I'm dead.
the thing about why I'm more scared of the cougar is seeing you.
Yeah, the cougar's gonna effing
You have
kill
already
you.
gone on the hikes.
Yeah,
I get, and then
you're
there's
dead.
been a cougar.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
anytime you've gone hiking, there's probably been a cougar that you've come across.
Yeah.
You don't know it. The
100%.
cougar has spotted you. The one has looked at you.
I agree, and it's just the scariest thing in the world. So then, what
They're
do you
gonna
do?
screw you
You
up.
play music, right? Or you like sing and you make a bunch of sound, right?
Yeah, then
I
have no
sing.
idea.
helpful. Yeah, for sure.
I
Just
sing,
get bear
scared
mace.
away.
Would bear mace work on a cougar? I'm assuming it would
Yeah,
have
I'm
it.
pretty
sure. I
At
think
least
so.
some sort of
But they're so-
neutralizing in some way.
So fast
I
that
know.
would you have time to get it off your end?
That's why it's also
Oh,
like almost
man.
don't even hike fully alone.
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
and the other thing people say if you get jumped on by animals
I
like
will not
that,
hike alone.
you got to gouge their eyes as quick as if you
Yeah,
can.
right, I'm
Get
dead.
your thumb in their eyes. Yeah.
Dave in Section T texting in. Hi, gang. Some zoology nerds at ASU have been running Mammal March Madness for years.
Oh.
Check out the results. Home field advantage is huge.
Yes.
The scenarios are hilarious. I lost a tiger in quicksand on a beach one bracket. Okay.
A tiger and
Oh, I would take quicksand, no problem.
So-
yeah.
Jasmine, a couple of years ago, I've told this on the show before, but I don't think when you're talking about coming across a bear. As you know, I like to walk when I golf. So I'm walking JPL. The guys that I'm playing with are in carts. And I'm walking up a little hill on the 13th hole, par 5. It's going uphill. And the guy that's on the cart by himself, Adam from the ranch, he comes back, says, get in the, like, he did this totally silly how he did it. He should have just said,
Like casually?
no, he comes up and says, get in the cart now.
Oh.
I'm like, no, I'm not getting in the
Yeah.
cart. I'm walking. Get in the cart now. I'm like, no, I'm not. He says, get in the cart right effing now. And so I sit in the cart and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Just over the hill, about 20 yards in front of me, is 3 bears. And so
He couldn't be like, get in the car.
yeah,
There's a
there's a
bear.
bear. There's a
yeah,
couple
I know.
bears up
That's
there.
what I mean. Like, just say,
Dramatic
like, hey,
effect.
bears will
Yeah.
hear you.
there's
Yeah.
3 bears 20 yards in front of you.
Says it
Get in the
4
cart.
times.
Get in the car. Yeah.
But then, I mean, they're all sitting there eating grass. Like I've got pictures of them on my phone. It was
Yeah.
crazy cute.
Yeah.
But then his ball, Adam's ball, was like 25 yards away from the bears, like
he
not
hit?
very far. He says, "Okay, I'm going to hit guys, but just watch closely in case and tell me if I need to run." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're not. Yeah, you're losing that race, pal." But he went and hit, and yeah, but 3 bears. I mean, they're just doing their own thing, though, right? But black bears, not grizzly bears, because grizzly bears, oh my god, yeah,
Those things are huge.
yeah.
I gotta read this. Sorry. Noisiness, Abutski, noisiness scares off bears. Jasmine will be fine.
Oh,
Oh, just there, that laugh. Just keep laughing.
yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Graham did say he also wants to give a shout out to Murray for supporting Bids for Kids, donating a round of 4 to the ranch. Bids for Kids, the Edmonton Sports Stock Bids for Kids in support of kids sport, presented by GS Construction. That goes tomorrow at the Bella in Scona. EdmontonSportsTalk.com at the very top. There's a link. Bids for Kids. It'll take you right there, but it's also kidsportbidsforkids.com. You can get your tickets. That's happening tomorrow, 6 to 9. Dusty, Reed, they will do a live show with the Ford brothers. There's the 50-50 silent auction items as well as the appetizer buffet. So it's all in support of Kidsport, which is celebrating their 30th year. So, but thank you, Murray.
Yeah.
For a round of clicks for Murray.
He sent me an email and
awesome.
said he's a nasty. It's like, oh, well, I'll pay attention to this email. What's going on?
The official drink of the EST Hangout, by the way, it is the Finnish long drink legend of 1952. A drink unlike any other sparkling refreshment. Real liquor, longdrink.com/Canada. You can enter your postal code and find a liquor store and establishment nearest you with the long drink in stock, or potentially in stock unless it's sold out.
Yeah, so Oilers Kings. What are you guys' thoughts on that? I thought Kings played really hard.
They do.
But you know what I mean? Like considering like we were down, considering the Oilers were down, a lot of their players and the way, they're a little injured team and going into their home court,
Where they're really good.
Yep.
They don't.
I mean,
lose much.
I wasn't mad at the Oilers after,
How can you be?
Nope.
right?
Yeah.
It was like, okay, cool.
They tried.
Yeah, they tried.
Yeah.
That's all we wanted them to do.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm like with Tommy. I mean, it's not the Edmonton Oilers right now.
Yeah,
It's-
exactly.
you're-
It's not. It's
you're-
not the Edmonton
You're
Oilers.
playing a hodgepodge lineup of not who the Kings are going to play against the Oilers with in the play. Although the Kings are within reach and distance of Vegas now, all of a sudden, aren't
Yeah.
Vegas is stumbling a little bit, but
Yeah, they are.
Vegas is a soft schedule down the stretch. Kings are 5 points back.
they? Oh, okay.
Kings have a game in hand, so they can make it 3. But Vegas down the stretch, they've got Avs
Do they play
tomorrow,
each
but they
other?
get Kraken. They get Kraken, Preds, Flames, Canucks then the season.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to take a real stumble for the Golden Knights for them to lose the top spot.
Yeah.
If anything, actually, I'm more surprised Dallas has dropped the ball
Yeah.
because they lose to the Wild in OT yesterday. They
Yeah,
lost to the
good
Pens
game.
on Saturday. Had they picked up those wins, that would have been 3 more points. They'd be tied with Winnipeg right now for the division. They've dropped the ball of not having to play Colorado in the first round.
And Rantanen hasn't been good there either. Like,
I know.
He's been okay.
I know.
But man, that's fascinating. Is Nathan McKinnon that good? Did Nathan McKinnon make Rantanen?
Is this Jonathan Huberdeau?
I don't know. It's fascinating.
Well, I thought Huberdeau was going to be better in Calgary than he was.
Sure.
same.
And it looked like, well, he was the byproduct, maybe a little bit, like still a good player, but
He's being
Barkov.
applauded for a 60-point season this year.
And what did he get though? He was 100 points,
Yeah, he's
wasn't he?
over 100, yeah.
10, 107, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's fascinating because then you look at wow, what's his name that he got traded for?
Nature's.
Natchez,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, Rantanen.
Yeah, he's done extremely well
Yeah.
in Colorado. So, man, yeah, fascinating stuff. That's
Yeah.
a long, big ticket contract that
8 more years.
you're getting a guy that's getting half a point a game for you.
Early still though too. Like
Yeah.
give him time to.
Sure.
It is his 3rd team this season.
Yeah.
Settling could be something maybe.
Yeah, that might be a thing.
Rodriguez expected today in net.
Is that what it is?
That's what it says on the app. Expected.
Okay.
Why-
They don't
why not?
practice till 12:30 our time. That's when they get the ice. 7:30 pregame show, 8:30 puck drop. Classic.
They're favored.
The Oilers?
Yeah.
They should be.
Yeah.
They're missing half their team though,
It's the Anaheim Ducks.
and it's and if Rodriguez is going to play his first ever game, I mean that could be interesting.
The thing I'm most concerned about coming out of Saturday is Trent Frederick.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's scary.
Because, yeah, he plays a 6-second shift, misses like 14 minutes, comes back, plays, 7 minutes in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't look like the ankle was all that great,
Mm-hmm.
just the way he moved. But he's got to be a tough SOB if he's going out there and his ankle's giving him fits
I
like
bet
that.
you he's
so.
not playing tonight. I'll be stunned if he plays
No,
tonight.
but they don't have anybody.
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, on
might have to
Saturday,
go
going
left.
into
Just
Saturday was on Friday. Knobloch did say that if Frederick couldn't go on Saturday, they were going to do an emergency call up.
Well, I know Baco is an hour away.
Yeah.
They played last night. Better make that call right away here.
Yeah.
I haven't seen nothing from the Oilers. So
So that's the only there is that option, I guess, if he can't go.
If they do get someone up, Philp, would that be the guy?
sure. Him, Savoy, whatever.
Yeah.
Get one of those guys up there.
It's 8:30 start time. That's good. Guess you can catch the NCAA game first.
Yep.
Right? I don't know. I'm
No.
trying to find a positive in
I ain't
8:30.
watching the NCAA tonight.
Well,
You're
yeah.
such a... I'm going to give you a wedgie after.
Oh. Wow.
HR Daddy might have some objections to that.
What if he's not wearing underwear? You're going to reach down there and get a little surprise.
Oh my God. How are you not going to watch the championship game? What a good matchup.
Because I hate Florida and I
Two
don't want to
number one
watch Houston after my Duke just got blown out on or like lost and collapsed on Saturday. So I'm one of those people that when the Oilers get knocked out, do you watch the rest of the Stanley Cup playoffs?
Probably not. I mean,
Okay, there we go. Thank you.
okay.
With an 8:30 p.m. start tonight.
Yes.
Duke's my team. Like
8:30 p.m. start tonight. How interested are you in watching the Anaheim Ducks play against a completely decimated Oilers lineup? It's not going to be a very fun game to watch.
That's a good question. I've never missed an Oilers game, so I would actually watch it till the end. But like, for example, if there was a really good basketball match on at the same time, I would be flipping channels.
What about dual screens?
Yeah, I do that. I put
I like
on my MacBook. I usually have.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if the championship game was on at the same time, I would probably have the Oilers game probably on my MacBook because it's the Ducks.
Man, you are a sports nut.
I have no life. Can you not tell? Can't go anywhere. I'm like bedridden.
Yeah, but that happened in New York.
Yeah.
You were in New York. That means you have that's a life.
Is it though?
Well,
Yes.
Bad luck.
Yeah.
What?
It is.
a lot of people don't get to travel.
It's
A lot of
privilege.
people don't get to go to New York. So it is absolutely
Rangers game and
yeah.
Knicks game. Wear
Broken
heels
foot.
that are too big for you. Lose your phone. Throw it in the sewer. Whatever you did.
St. Patrick's Day.
Bottle service multiple times in a day.
Couldn't even show you guys because I didn't have my phone.
because it was in the sewer.
No, it's probably at some pawn shop.
Did you
In Long Island?
on your New York trip? Did you see any rats?
Which ones? No, I
Oh.
didn't. I didn't. But if I did, I probably would have freaking
I've
screamed.
seen so many of those things
No.
get huge. And cockroaches.
No,
They
I
come
think
out of
I've
the
seen one
sewer.
in Hawaii.
No, I wouldn't want to see
Ugh.
cockroaches.
Nasty.
That-
Now, that same podcast that I was talking about that has the animals in there,
Mm-hmm.
you're in a 10 by 10. This is one that they did. You're in a 10 by 10 escape room.
Okay.
Do you choose, and I'm not going to remember the exact number, but it's X number of rats that come in there on you. And it's a big number of
Yeah.
rats.
Yeah.
X number of tarantulas
Oh.
in there, or a much smaller number is like 10 rattlesnakes. You
None.
have to choose.
None. I'm not choosing one.
I'll deal with
I'm
the
not doing
rats.
any
I'll
of
do the
those.
snakes too. I'll do the snakes.
The guy that is kind of like the expert in it, he chose the snakes and he explained why, because you eventually, because there were so many of the other ones, you're eventually just going to get taken over and you don't want rats climbing all over your body and stuff, right? So he explained, he said, I'd probably still lose and I'd probably get in a lot of trouble, but he explained how you would go at the rattlesnake one by one and get it so you could
Nope.
get out.
Nope.
Yeah.
I've seen
To all of this, nope.
Well, I
have
agree with
seen
you.
Those
That's
three,
crazy.
nope.
The Duke meme. Yeah. That's
a
Maddie
bet-
right now. Eh?
That's a better option than
I would probably like if that was it was like those are the four options. I'd probably take four.
Yeah.
Like if that's, I'm not winning this battle against these three. Just end it.
Just end it, yeah.
So
I'm
when
not
there's-
doing this.
When there's like shows like Fear Factor and like these
Oh,
other shows that you have
man,
to do
yeah.
it, I'm down. I'm gonna win some money, but I just don't want it to bite me. That's and I wouldn't assume that they're putting an animal or insect that's technically gonna bite you or hurt you, right? It's just like gross.
What about
But this is
eating
not Fear
stuff?
Factor.
Yeah,
this
this
is
is
a 10
like-
by 10 escape room, life or death.
You got to win out.
Life or death, not money.
That's not Fear Factor. No, life or death. Fun coupons don't
Oh,
matter.
you
at
could
this
win a
point.
life.
Yeah.
Or it's not money. Yeah. Okay.
Well, then I'll go with the rattlesnakes. If they'll bite me, I'll die. Call it a day. At least like with the tarantula, you're like gross, and then you're like slowly dying, right? At least you get poisoned and die. Call it a day.
I get,
like,
could
you
you not
could kill
step
the
on
rats.
tarantulas?
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
Can you not
Ugh.
step on tarantulas and kill them?
But there's a lot of them. No.
Yeah.
And how fast they are,
I'm
and
not
they
liking this
crawl
at all.
up you.
Ugh.
Okay, but then that was another one they said. I love this thing.
I don't. I hate this, Murray. I hate this, Murray.
Getting grossed
You
out.
get put in a coffin and buried a couple feet underground, but there's a hole in the coffin with an air tube, so there's just a little bit of air coming into the coffin, so you are not going to die. You're going to be able to breathe. You get $1,000 for every minute that you stay in the coffin. You can get out whatever at any point that you want, but you have to realize when you say it's time to get out, it's going to take a few minutes for them to dig the dirt off of you and stuff like that. So how many $1,000 are you going to get? $1,000.
So I'm not going to die out of losing.
You're not going to die.
Straight up, I am fine
you can
with that.
breathe. It's
just the longer I'm in here, the more I can make.
And you're claustrophobic. It's dark. I mean,
Yeah.
you're in a coffin. You can't really move.
I could probably do at least 12 hours.
Jesus.
I'm with you.
Sick puppy.
Try to fall asleep.
I could do it.
I'm going out. I'm
Holy.
closing my eyes. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah, like it's,
Well,
that'd be
because there's
crazy.
money involved, I would do it.
Well,
Because
there's
you train your brain.
If I
at
know
this
I'm not
point.
going
It's
to
mind
die
over
in
matter.
this, I'm
Yeah.
okay. I can't move. I'm not
Don't
claustrophobic.
panic.
I'll okay. Like I'll sit there and then
Yeah.
like I said, I'll close my eyes and hopefully
Yeah.
fall asleep. And when I wake up, it's okay. How long can I be until I'm bored? And then I'm like, okay, let's go.
You think of what you're gonna buy with that money, you know? You just think about that Louis Vuitton and that reversible belt
Exactly.
Oh man.
That's exactly what
or
I
your
was
mortgage
thinking
payment. I don't know, but like mind over matter in that sense.
There is. So I was reading about
what
this a
would
while
you-
ago. In the world's quietest
I don't know.
room,
I wouldn't want to do it.
the room is so quiet that people can hear their heartbeats in the room. People are challenged to sit there in the dark. Like it's like 45 minutes until people have to leave. In the quietest room in the world. It's that annoying and it messes with your brain. But if there's an airflow, I'm just in this coffin in the dark. I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Health wise, yeah, I could probably do 12.
There was a
Can't
movie.
really move much either. 'Cause,
No.
I mean, you're in a like.
I don't need to move.
Again, mind over matter. It's like fasting.
My
I've done it.
Yeah.
I was in the MRI. Now that was only like a half hour, but whatever. It's like okay.
What if you have to number one?
You just go.
Oh.
What? Yeah. Again, it's money.
Where you said $1,000 for every hour?
minute.
For every minute?
I think
Oh.
that's what it was. I'd have to go
Oh,
back.
I
and
would be
see
there
It, but-
all night.
That's
Wow.
$720,000. I'm going till $1 million. Get me
Oh, my
longer.
God.
I'm getting like $1,000 a minute in that. Oh, easily. Just let me.
You're not going to do that.
Again, if you're telling me I could breathe, I think I could go
You know,
far.
one of the hardest things in the world to do is be still. Like you should try it someday. In yoga, like at the end of a yoga class, when you're in your final
Just
shavasana,
a little bit of room to move.
I mean, that's probably the hardest part of every shavasana or every yoga class is laying there in perfect stillness for a minute. I mean, that's hard.
Yeah.
So yes, you'd be able to move a little bit if you're in a coffin, but my God, like you're not getting a mill, man.
Brock texting in saying, "How about we debate how many holes a straw has? That's less gross and terrifying."
That is
Thanks,
a great question.
Yeah.
I think it's one hole.
A straw.
It's just one. It's because it's a cylinder, so it's just in the inside is gone. So I would say it's
that's
one.
a trick
Some
question.
people, but some people would say it's two.
Two.
But so which one do you want to go with?
I would say two.
I'm
but
sticking
that's-
with one.
I
That's
think that's
one hole.
I think it's you're taking out the inside and it's just one full hole.
Right. That's a trick question. I like it. Fascinating. This is hilarious. We talked about the
didn't like
Oilers for
yours.
30 seconds. And
Animals and
yeah.
That's the beauty of this show.
so
I didn't like
good.
your one scenario, Murray. Did not like it.
All right. You're going to have a nightmare tonight?
It's like three of the things I absolutely hate too. Well, actually, I don't hate rats. I just don't want. No, they're gonna gnaw at me. No, I'm a city boy through and through.
Yeah.
I am not country.
Well, New York rats.
I've seen them.
That's where we
I
got
have
started
seen
on
them.
this.
Are they like
this-
actually as big as your hand or
They're
whatever?
like this big. They like
On the street, they're not gonna do anything to you. Let them run.
yeah.
the subway is
I
where I
can't
saw
imagine.
more of them.
Yeah.
But then coming out of actually in like Nashville, Oklahoma, New York, Boston, Philly, the cockroaches coming up out of the sewer at night. Disgusting.
So nasty.
I'm not a bug person.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah, it
nasty.
doesn't sound fun.
No, it doesn't.
Hmm.
I mean, I do it in a game show win some
For
money.
money.
For money,
So
whatever.
go back to the fear factor, the eating gross stuff. You're okay with that?
Yeah, actually, I'd say 3 years ago, I went to Veracruz in Mexico. Like, I don't do resorts. It's actually
she
an
doesn't live a
authentic
life.
trip. Anyways, and I actually purchased, what are they called? Crickets to eat to see what it tastes like.
Protein.
It wasn't good though. I didn't
Yeah,
like it.
no. it
Oh.
was disgusting.
So it's
I'll
pretty
try
different
anything.
though than what Fear Factor has for
Yeah,
eating.
it's a little worse.
Like
than
here's
that.
cow brain.
Yeah, but I'll eat cow brain.
Oh,
I don't understand why it's a big deal. It's an like it's if
mind
you're
over
eating-
matter. You keep,
Exactly.
saying.
Yeah, wieners.
You
Whatever.
Okay, you would probably want me on your team. I'm telling you that.
I wouldn't even
Oh, I'd
sign
take
up
anyone
for
that could
this.
eat that stuff because
Yeah.
I don't want to eat it.
But I just loved your other comment there. So if you go to an all inclusive resort when you go to Mexico, it's not an authentic trip. It's like a pretend trip.
I don't do resorts. Those are boring. I'm not retired.
I was just at an all inclusive. It was very relaxing. It was very
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's
It's fabulous.
and you
what
don't have to worry about going anywhere. Like, and I still was able to go into PV and look around.
I've done it a few times. It's just not for me. I'm just not. It's a resort. I like to go over, like try new things.
You're adventurous.
Yeah, hence the cow brain. Imagine if it was cooked though. What if it was cooked?
They usually isn't.
Ew.
Seasoned.
These
whatever.
shows usually.
I
These
know
shows
that.
definitely do not
No.
season this
I-
stuff.
I know that.
They ain't putting like your spices and hot sauce and like they don't have a gourmet chef. Like we're gonna cook. How would you like the brain? Well done, medium. It ain't like that on those
But
shows.
I'm saying in a scenario where you're at a restaurant and
No.
it's offered and it's cooked.
There's a line for me. I've done frog's legs.
And how did you? I had one.
I
of
enjoyed
that
it.
still.
I had
Yeah.
cow tongue.
I have two. They make a good tacos with those. Yeah.
I don't want to see. Like I think the big thing to me is also the look of it.
Yeah,
You
that's
see
part
the
of it.
brain. I'm like I don't want to eat that.
But if I'm
So
winning
if
like
they prepared it into a
$50,000,
dish and somebody offered to me, I probably would eat it. I don't want to see it though. Like prepare it fully.
Don't
Grossest
they
hangout
sometimes on the
It's just
fear,
all Reed's fault.
on the-
yeah,
ever. Yeah.
it is.
in Fear Factor? Don't sometimes you have to eat like live insects? And
Yeah.
stuff like
Yeah.
that? Like,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Usually dead.
No,
No, sometimes it was
no,
live.
they
like,
have
you had
live
to-
worms and stuff.
Yeah.
They've had those type
Yeah.
of things.
I'm not saying I would like enjoy it or anything. I'd probably vomit after, but again, I'm winning 50 grand or something. Let's go.
Well, you have a chance at winning
Yeah.
50 grand.
Well, I'm gonna win it because I ain't not a quitter.
With
And
someone
it's gonna be all you on the panel that are gonna be like, ew, and I'm gonna be done.
on those type of shows, there's other people that will eat it with you.
'Cause they,
Yeah, but they're going down. I'll eat it faster.
they're signing up
respect
for
that.
that stuff. Like we were saying, Tommy said, I'm not signing up for that stuff. I wouldn't either. Like there's no way.
Thank you.
Why even
His
bother?
face
No.
right now to this conversation.
I know. You're like you
gross.
almost look like you're gonna get sick. It's
I keep
like you look
thinking about
you look
Seriously?
pale.
Not for 50 grand.
No.
That's not worth 50
Yeah, 50
grand.
No,
grand.
thank
No
you.
way.
No, I'm good.
I'd rather bury myself than the
Wild.
worms and the
Mind over
brains
matter.
and the,
Well, that I'm going to win $1 million
gross.
bucks.
Wow. Okay, we should try this.
Again, getting to sleep. Like I'm going to do my best. All I need to do is fall asleep, and then I'm out for 8 hours
we can
right there.
create another EST event around burying you alive with a little air hole in the, and see how long you'll really do it. Everyone can donate money to charity for how long you are underneath.
I want to win money, Murray.
Well, we can maybe make it.
This is I need to win.
Make it a 50,
I'm not doing this for lower money.
We can.
I want the $1,000 a minute here.
It's a 50-50 then. Half the money goes to charity, half the money goes to you for being crazy.
Yeah, but I want the 1,000. The part of this is I want the money. I'm not going as long. Like it's. I want to get rich.
Michi in the nasty chat, she's eaten 3 different types of snakes in a snake restaurant in China.
I've had. Have I ever had snake? I've had alligator.
I had
snake.
gator too. It's not very good.
Oh, the one I had was very delicious.
Really? What was it like? How was it prepared?
Pepper from Kiss brought it in one day. It was Cajun. It was really good.
Oh yeah, okay. I had a po' boy,
What's that?
like a sandwich.
Oh, an alligator?
Yeah.
Where were you?
Tommy's
Like-
face, Matt, priceless. So good.
Where were you? Like, you didn't get that in Canada.
Oh, that was in South Carolina, in Charleston.
I'm not surprised.
What?
So
I had my
awesome.
e-scooter
Well,
then.
Charleston, so like that is as Hicksville as Hicksville gets, isn't it?
I heard. I heard I've been, but I should have gone to like Georgia or something instead. I heard.
Oh, that's where I'm going tomorrow.
Oh yes, can we also talk about this? Is it a direct flight?
Yeah,
To Atlanta.
straight to Atlanta.
Yeah, to ATL. Nice.
Uh-huh.
It's,
I'm not going to eat alligator while I'm in Georgia. I'm looking
Should try.
forward to some authentic Southern fried chicken, though.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Basic.
try that. Well, it's basic. It's not I'm a basic kind of guy. I'm not eating alligator.
I'm just joking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so are you going to be in like a VIP tent?
Better than a VIP
I
tent.
knew it.
Yeah. Well, we talked about it last week on the show. I'm Berkman's Place is what it's called. So it's on the 5th fairway, and like it's fully like exclusive. The rich of the rich people are in there, and me somehow. And it's gourmet food, any food you want, whether it's seafood, steak, southern fried chicken, whatever you want, you get to eat it.
Open bar? Even though
open
for
bar,
wine.
fine wine.
Yeah, fine wine.
Then there's 3 putting greens in behind the cabin that are identical to 3 different greens on the golf course that are cut exactly the same way. Pins cut where the holes are in the Masters, and there's high-end putters there for us to go and putt on real Masters greens.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So anyways, that's where I'll be on Friday.
You're going to see celebrities.
Well, one guy told me he sat down when he was in there. He sat down, had a couple drinks with Peyton Manning. Yeah,
Unreal.
I know.
Best
So,
SNL. Yeah.
yeah. So we'll see how it all plays itself out for me this week. But well, I told him this week I got a message last Friday from another guy I know who's a head pro at a swanky golf club in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
He used to be an assistant pro at Augusta. He messaged me and says, "Hey, I'm going to be at the Masters that week too. Just so you know, I'm a member at the Champions Golf Club just down the street. A lot of the most of the players stay on property of the Champions Golf Club because they have these swanky cabins." He was looking them up on his phone, and they're like swanky cabins. Said, so every night we turn the lights on the driving range, pump the tunes, get the drinks flowing, and have a range party. You want to come? Let me think about that.
Hard yes.
Yeah. So go drink and hit balls on a range with all the players from the Masters. Yeah. I think I'll be there.
Hopefully it's not super hot, but because
it's
it
not.
does.
It's the last few days. It's been
humid,
in the low 30s, which I would love. But Wednesday, and they're Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Fly home Saturday morning. Wednesday's 19, Thursday 24, Friday 21.
And did it rain a lot last year? Was it the Masters where it was just so
I
bad?
don't recall. It's raining there today. Like they're talking about some of the guys wanting to play practice around the stuff. It's going to be a pretty rainy afternoon, I guess. So
that's cool. I remember you telling me that you missed your chance to go to the Masters because your son was born, and I'm like, I would have gone to the Masters. Like,
Well, he got the green light.
Yeah, my wife said I can go.
Yeah.
I got a great wife, but it was me that said no. I said the world's going to do me a solid. I'll get another invite someday.
And there you go.
And here we go.
Good man.
Juicier invite. This Berkman's Place, I was just looking at images of it again.
Yeah,
Sick.
I've seen video of the inside of it, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah, it's going to be something else for sure. But hey, I'm not going to spend all my time in there though, because I mean,
You want to go on the course.
You got to go on the hallowed grounds of. Like, do you think it would be ridiculous if I like took some grass out there and like
I don't think
put
you'd
it
be
in
the
the-
first to try to do that.
and steal it to get some grass, like put it in a frame, like have it up in my office forevermore. Here's some grass from Augusta National, baby. Like,
You could do that,
yeah,
but it would be like you'd have to bring like a little Ziploc bag, right?
yeah. I don't know. I mean,
And
it
then-
seems weird that you'd want to do that, but I mean, it's such a iconic thing, place to be able to go and be and do. Like, I don't know, it's crazy.
I prefer a souvenir over grass, but
Well, that's an ultimate souvenir, but I'll get some of that too.
yeah.
Well, that's the other thing in Berkman's Place. They have their own private Masters gift shop in there that sells stuff that none of the other gift shops do.
Okay.
And so it's super exclusive stuff that if you buy it, you can sell it after for way more money than you actually paid for it. That's how exclusive it is. So,
Wow. I want to go.
yeah.
Sold.
Invite only. It
Yeah,
says
right?
right on
Invite only.
the
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
all I
dope.
had to do to go was write a $1.2 million check for some new power cards last year. I didn't know at the time that that was that I would get this invite
Yeah.
because of that. But it was a nice little phone call I got a few weeks back. Hey, really want to thank you for your business. Would you like to come down to the Masters and hang out with us?
That's wicked. I'm looking forward to
Let me
Is
think.
the Pope Catholic?
Yeah. I did not consult with my wife on this one this time. I just texted her and said, honey, remember
We'll go to
I remember I told you the world's going to do me a solid and I'm going to get an invite another time to the Masters. Well, I'm going to the Masters in a couple of weeks.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Did you sell off all your old carts? Were you able to get rid of the old
Oh,
stuff?
yeah.
Because they weren't that old, I don't think, either.
We used to do a program before we switched to these Easy Goes. I flipped out 25% of our cart fleet every year. So I bought 25% of the carts were brand new.
Mm-hmm.
25% were 1 year old, 2 years old, 3 years old. And then so they were under warranty for 4 years on the batteries. So that's why I did that. So I never had a cart in our fleet that was
Out of warranty.
Out of warranty. And
Smart.
so, but our GPS that we had with Club Car, my contract with them was up. And it was a one and only once in a lifetime opportunity kind of that if I would have stayed with, I would have had to sign another long-term deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I viewed myself as a free agent in the power cart market for the one and only time ever. So I, did lots of homework and made a decision to, go somewhere else. I mean,
Easy go.
Easy go. The service with Club Car was gone in the tank for a number of years. And so that was part of the reason why I was happy to be a free agent and look and see if I could do something different. So, yeah, it was a business decision for sure.
The satellite system, is that provided by Easy Go Club Car, or is that your own? And then so they give you the cart, and then you have to install your own satellite
They
system.
have all that. It's kind of third party-ish through them, but I mean,
okay.
so like Club Car has a GPS called Visage. It's exclusive to them. There's a different one with Easy Go. It's exclusive to them. So they work out those deals with the companies. And like basically, when I was with Club Car, I paid a yearly fee, which isn't small,
Right.
to get the GPS on our carts. Now I've actually just paid for it up front with the carts, and
Done.
it's just done. So yeah.
I have one more question, nerdy golf question, but pin locations, how do those get set every day?
Well, our ground staff just does it. Basically, 9 times out of 10, our assistant superintendent, Brendan Porter, does it. And the idea behind that is, you want to move it around the greens so the traffic on the greens are not all in a similar spot, because that's not good for grass health, but especially on greens when they're cut so low and whatnot. So spread it around on the greens. Obviously, try to have it in as fair a spot as possible. Have some flat ground around you is pretty ideal. But, once in a while, we'll hear from some golfers and saying, what the hell is that pin on this hole or whatever? Or I'm all playing and I'm like, oh, there's been a couple of times where I've sent a little text message and said, this pin isn't staying here anymore. It's not fair. Like, it's crazy. So, but yeah, it's basically just a superintendent trying to move it around the green and keep it in a fair spot.
For GPS purposes, is there like a chip in the pin, or how does that work?
Yeah. So before with Club Car, it was basically a piece of paper had all the greens on it, and he'd like put a little dot where it was on the green, and then the staff would get this from him and then go on the computer and put where the dot is on all the greens. So there can be errors in that with both the person marking it on the paper and then the person on the computer mimicking where it is on the paper. So there's room for human error in that twice. But now with EasyGo, we have like a more electronic type system where the assistant superintendent has something and it's kind of read by other things that kind of gets it more accurate.
And sets it. Okay, I see. I always wondered about that. Interesting.
Who do you think will win the Masters?
Well, I think it's going to be a big boy Masters, so Scotty Scheffler or Rory. But if I had a dark horse that's not one of those guys, Lowry.
That's exactly in my mind. That's exactly what I was thinking of too.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should, if you and I are on the same page, maybe we should get a EST bet going on it.
Well, actually, Jay Reed and I were supposed to be betting each week on golf, and we haven't done it for like 2 months. So we've got a bunch in our cool bet right now that Lowry's one. I don't even know what he's at, but I saw something yesterday. I got to go refind it. Somebody broke down the last few Master winners too, and like how they were playing prior. and there's only 2 golfers that kind of fit the same criteria, and I forgot who this other one was, but this guy Shane Lowry was one of those.
Yeah, he seems to be around a lot when the big tournaments are happening. So
I think he's been somewhat in contention when it comes to the Augusta as well.
Yeah.
How has he
That
done at
golf course
Masters?
just fits certain guys' games, right? Like you look over historically, now he's too old, but Freddie Couples, even when he was a senior and didn't have the game, every Masters, he'd find his way on the leaderboard. He'd typically fall off because as he was aging, but I mean, that golf course and Fred Couples just worked. And like a lot of people have that. Even, I mean, any golfers that are listening, you probably have your favorite golf courses in and around the Edmonton area that you go play, and you love them because it suits your game, it suits your eye, and you play better at those golf courses than some other golf courses, right? And so it works the same way on PGA Tour. You know, like in certain guys' games, if a guy's a big bomber, a longer course is going to suit his game more than a shorter course. And the guys that hit a little shorter, I mean, a shorter course. So it's things like that can play a big factor in who does well in some of these tournaments.
Yeah, or where the zaddies go.
5th for shots
What is
gained.
Zaddy again?
Or strokes gained, he's 5th in the PGA right now.
Original guy. Yeah.
Approach, he's 6th to the green.
This is Lowry you're talking about?
Yeah, this season. So he's right there. His highest rank ever at Augusta was T3 in 2022.
3 years ago.
The live guys, are they just falling off? Like when they have to play against the PGA guys, is it finally catching up to them?
I feel like yes, but then there was one major last year, and it might have been the Masters where three guys were in the top 5. I want to say.
Yeah.
Liv has
They were
showed
Liv
up at
guys?
the majors.
Yeah.
Liv has shown up at every single major.
Yeah, it's just tough because like they just don't play as much, right?
Yeah.
And they're not. Bryson DeChambeau
Yeah.
won the U.S.
Yeah.
Open. That's absolutely accurate.
But in general,
I mean, like I don't even know when they're playing. Like
They played
nobody
this
knows.
last
weekend. It was on
weekend,
Fox this past weekend.
Who won?
Don't know, because I just quickly flipped it on to see the scoreboard, to
Exactly.
see if they changed the scoreboard, and they didn't. So I'm like, yeah, I'm switching back. I don't like their scoreboard. Sorry,
Yeah.
Clausen. The
Yeah.
Liv's not, doesn't matter
Yeah, it
to me.
doesn't matter.
But I will say this, I didn't watch any of the Valero Open this weekend either.
that's
I'll throw that one up.
Well, I mean, it's typically right before a major. The tournament right before a major is a weaker field and not necessarily as exciting, right?
But wasn't Connors having a good weekend?
Connors was up there.
I really like the dinners, the Masters when they host that dinner.
The
And
Champions Dinner.
Champions
yeah,
Dinner.
and they get
You
to
see
pick
the
the menu. Yeah, it's kind of fun to see what the menu would be, right? Tell me this. If you won the Masters, what's your Masters dinner?
That's such a good question. Just to piss Tommy off, it'd be like crickets and freaking
my
alligator.
gosh.
that would be the most sparsely attended Masters Champions dinner
just
ever.
joking. You know what? That's such a good question because I don't know if I would just do a traditional steak dinner, but like steak is steak, right? Like that's kind of boring, right? Or would I want to like showcase my heritage?
That's what a lot of people. It's not.
Yes.
It's from where they're from. Like when Rom won, there was more Spanish inspired stuff. Scheffler's the barbecue guy type thing. So it's.
I'd have Italian center shop paninis for
There you go. Yeah.
Can we find Mike Weir's Champions Dinner?
What about you? What would you do?
Well, I'm a steak guy.
Yeah, steak, right?
I'd have a
Dinner.
big honking CAB Alberta beef ribeye steak with the the best French fries in the world, fresh cut fries.
That's awesome.
With some type of a red wine reduction au jus to pour over the fries and the steak.
I would have
Vegetable, maybe some asparagus.
some bottle service girls there too, though.
and
sparklers.
People are walking in like, yeah.
and it would be the best of the best wine.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
probably go. I mean, maybe even better than this, but the best that I know, my favorite wine is Camus. Have you ever had Camus?
No.
Oh.
Mike Weir.
Where's that from?
California California Cab Sauv. Oh, is it
You
good?
brought a delicious wine in one time. We did.
Yeah,
have
that's
some.
CSUN. That's
See,
it's very
I look for it.
affordable.
Yeah.
Pinot Noir from California. I know we shouldn't be supporting or Some do, some don't, whatever. But yeah.
Mike Weir served elk, boar, and Arctic char along with Canadian beers back in 2004
Beers, yeah.
That's cool.
when he was the Masters winner. This is, by the way, this is the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage, Canada storage experts, more than 2 decades helping Canadians through life's transitions. Canadian storage provider by Canadian Sentinel.ca. Tommy, Jasmine, Murray, Matt with you here on the Hangout. I'm assuming, have you got a lot of requests for buying stuff at the Masters?
Yeah, I just
Do you have like a shopping list of everyone?
I do. So what I actually have is, because I don't want to.
You don't want to.
I don't want to remember everything, right? So I've got a spreadsheet going at work. When every time I get somebody that messaged me,
So you're
and
checking
wants
a bag?
I am. I was not going to, but now I am.
You got to pack all that stuff up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have a spreadsheet going so I don't forget anything that people are wanting me to bring back. And I just got a text as we're sitting here. I just got an order from Jay Milne. Some of you guys might know him.
I know that guy.
Yeah. So I'll get that on my
What does he want?
on my spreadsheet. He texts me, says, "You taking any merch orders?" with the emoji praying. And I said, "I am." And he goes, "Oh baby, XL Q zip or light hoodie like the ones you always wear would be epic." So there you go.
Actually, this shirt you've got going right now, Adidas golf shirt,
Yeah.
that's pretty nice.
It
Like
is
the
nice. So-
texture on there.
Yeah, it's texture brand new. So
The fabric.
it's interesting that you bring this shirt up. While we were out front just waiting before the show,
Yeah.
I was flipping through Twitter, and Nick Taylor from Canada is an Adidas-sponsored athlete, and it showed his scripting for what he's wearing this week in the Masters. What I'm wearing right now is his Thursday outfit. This exact shirt.
Yeah.
These aren't Adidas pants. These are Travis Matthew, but this color of Adidas pants and is what he's wearing, except black belt and white shoes. I've got tan belt and tan shoes, but this exact shirt, this color, I'm like, I have Nick Taylor fashion right now.
Maybe that's some good juju.
Yeah.
So don't wear it on Thursday.
Oh yeah.
Unless you want to match him.
Unless I want to match Nick Taylor.
Be one of those
I'm
guys.
going to be wearing shorts though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's so much walking. I'm going to wear like not like a
Comfy shoes.
comfy runnerish, like dressy runnerish
Yeah.
type shoes, rather than like I don't wear like running shoes like what you're wearing there. I wouldn't wear something like that, but it's got to be comfy because that's going to be a lot of walking, right?
Yep.
And I don't want to wear dress shoes, but
No.
yeah,
That's the beauty of golf shoes, though. They are meant to be comfy.
yeah, exactly. So
Just don't be the guy that brings the rangefinder.
rangefinder.
I love the fan that has the rangefinder. Like they need to know the distance, and it's like, what are you gonna do?
6 here.
What are you gonna do with this? And like the guy that pulls, okay, like what are you
Like
doing?
we get it.
What do you-
The caddy.
You
what
like
do you-
golf.
What do you need to do? What are you
Yeah.
gonna do with this number?
Yeah.
Like
Process it like I'm playing. Yeah.
those,
shut
or
up.
the guy that has the golf glove.
What?
They bring. Oh, there's golf guys. There's
What?
watch the spectators closely sometimes, especially when you're there. Some people are gonna have a golf glove with them. It'll be in their back pocket or something. Some
Did you
people
say
think
a glove or a club?
Glove.
Oh, why?
it's like
they're
some people
dorks.
think like all of a sudden like the golfers are like, I can't play anymore. Do you want to finish the round for me? It's like that they're ready for that or something. I don't know.
Well,
Some golf fans are just insane.
like that's what I said about that Wednesday night thing that I'm going to this
Yeah.
week. Like if I get one of the guys absolutely obliterated drunk, and maybe he'll say, "Yeah, I'm going to be too hungover to play the Masters this week. Please jump in for me." Yeah, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. That's gonna.
I'm not
happen.
bringing my clubs though. Can I use yours? Yeah, sure.
You mentioned Nick Taylor and like his wardrobe. It's crazy how everything is like, here's what you wear this day, here's what you wear
Yeah.
that day, and all of them have that.
It's
And
all scripted, yeah.
sponsored, But
So here's an interesting one. Adidas, one of their athletes is Auberg.
Mhm.
And so they've come out with this new line this year. I touched on it a little bit ago, but it's officially released now. That the Ranch were one of 40 golf courses across Canada that are allowed to carry this Adidas original line, is what it's called.
Oh.
And we have a lot of it in the shop right now. And what it is it's basically if you took Adidas in 1980 something, it's clothes like that. So it's like retro clothes. And Auberg is the guy for Adidas that's wearing it. So in the Masters, Auberg is going to be wearing original. So I guarantee you, Adidas is pulling for Auberg to get a lot of TV time and be in contention. Yeah, you got some of it coming up there.
Is that it?
Yeah, like he had some go the other way. You
There's
had some
women's
at
in
the
there
very top, like that
that's a
sweater
nice-
right there. Yeah, a
Oh,
sweater like
so
that.
nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I like.
That's some of what it is. And so, like I said, we're at the ranch. We're one of 40
Okay.
golf courses in Canada that have this. We have some men's, some women's.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like the retro
I don't mind
stuff,
those
pants.
like it's super cool.
But it's
yeah.
like a modern cut. which
sure,
is-
yeah.
and fabric, which is the
Yeah.
game changer. I mean, like the patterns and stuff scream 80s, but the way it
Right.
fits and the material
Right,
is
exactly.
modern, which because like that some of that old stuff, you're like, oh, this would be so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
My dad wore a pair of pants a couple of years ago golfing, and I'm like, where did you get those? 87? He's like, well, these are good pants.
Well, there's some
Like-
pants with the originals too. We have it, so they have some like funky pattern in them, like from the
Pleats and
80s, but
stuff.
they're still, like you said, like the more modern materials. So
yeah, I like that.
yeah, but yeah, super cool. So if you're watching the Masters and you see Auberg on, that's what you're going to be seeing him
cool.
wearing. So he's totally scripted on what he's wearing each day to kind of really launch and introduce this to the world. Really,
I have a question about golf fashion in general. Are joggers out? I'm asking you because
Joggers?
Jasmine, you'd have
are-
an idea.
You know
yeah.
what? Tapered joggers are in.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
ones that close off at the ankle.
Yeah.
Those are in, and matching sweatsuits are in.
Okay.
Or athleisure.
why
What do you
matching
mean?
sweatsuits? I'm like
They're in.
Dustin Nielsen right now.
yeah, he
Let's
just needed,
not
if his
even-
pants
Yeah.
were tapered, they would have been fine.
Yeah.
But they're not.
Like
Yeah.
I see that when I go to airports and stuff like that, and guys and girls are wearing matching sweatsuits. I'm like, man, you look like you're in your pajamas. Like, what are you doing?
Well, they
And-
have to be nice ones.
Wow.
Like there's very comfortable, nice clothing out there.
Yeah,
And you can find great deals.
yeah.
Great
And
deals.
Yeah.
long as
What are you wearing on the plane for a midnight red eye?
Well, I'm gonna sleep on the plane because so I am going to wear like I normally don't do this though. I normally dress nice on an airplane, but I am literally gonna sleep. So I'm wearing like comfy pants, a t-shirt with a big Adidas retro that they gave me as a gift when we looked at it last year to buy it. A retro hoodie, which I'll probably use as a pillow, and I'm just going to be as comfy as I can and sleep the entire plane ride. I'll wake up in Atlanta and game on, baby.
so awesome.
Yeah,
Do you have a neck pillow for when you long
I
trips?
don't know.
I love the neck pillow.
You do,
It's
hey?
very comfortable.
Well, yeah. Still, you don't get a little kink in your neck when you use it.
don't
I
think so.
did, and I wasn't very comfy on my neck. And nothing's comfy sleeping on a plane, but
Yeah, that's true.
I'm finding a way because I'm gonna not sleep for 3 days probably.
Well, yeah.
No doubt.
You'll sleep on the way back, if
Yeah,
anything.
I'll sleep on the
nasty-
plane on the
The
way
nasty
back,
said the glove is for signatures.
Some are. Some people are wearing them and
yeah.
stuff, and just don't wear them.
It's a fashion
Why?
statement.
Put it in your pocket. Like hide
Yeah.
it. Like have it in so if you don't need to be wearing it.
Mm.
My hand's cold.
Yeah.
I hope we talk about White Lotus today.
We can't talk about it much.
But at the
Because
very end, can we talk about it?
No, I don't want to. We can,
Because
but I don't
I'm-
want to do the spoilers because the only issue is if this was later in the week, it'd be one thing. But it was released yesterday, and I don't want to do spoilers for those that haven't watched it
Fair enough. It's just that
because
I
it's
won't.
just so it's less than 24 hours since it got released.
Is
It's
it over with
scary.
the season?
The season ended last night. It was a 90-minute episode, and
it
it's
good?
like, yes,
Yeah.
for me. But it's like I have to be cognizant of the idea that there are a lot of people that maybe didn't have time to watch it yesterday.
So let's think
So you
about it.
got to give a few days to
Because-
let people have spoiler-free zones.
I'm gone. Like I'm not here in this whole week. I was supposed to be in with Belzy, but I have my doctor's appointment for my foot.
We can talk about it next week.
Fine,
Well-
but I'm hot and heated about it.
I have a question about White Lotus.
What is it?
I've never heard of it before. You guys were talking about it before we jumped on today. What the hell is it? I've never heard
It's
of it.
season 3 of a very popular HBO show that
It's
launched
like a murder
in
mystery show.
2021.
Yeah.
Oh,
But the first
I like
two
that.
seasons, it wasn't about the murder.
Mhm.
It was like you'd forget that there was like it opens each season started with a dead body, and you're like, oh my god, you don't know who it is.
And different groups of people. There's always these different groups.
So it has you on the edge of your seat.
But it's not
Yeah,
about
yeah.
the murder. It's there's themes to the seasons.
Yeah.
And like the first 2 seasons, like you're really like by the end, like, oh yeah, there was a murder. We're trying to figure out what happened in this.
Yeah.
There's so many other things that are happening. And it's from
sounds
Mike
good.
White, and it's It's become very popular. It's one of HBO's top shows right now. They've already launched a season 4. The season 1 was supposed to be just a mini series. It was supposed to be a 1-season thing. That's it, done. But it was so successful. They came back for season 2. Season 2 was so successful. They did a season 3. Before season 3 even launched, they announced season 4.
Okay, no spoilers. There's some nasties that haven't watched it.
Yeah, that's where it's just like you this close to, like, if it was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'd be like, the people have had a few days. It's less than 24 hours.
Okay. Some other breaking news. It is my birthday on Friday.
Oh, breaking news.
Yes, breaking news, because I learned to celebrate my birthday. Like, I love celebrating my best friend's birthdays. And I remember, like, back in the day, I would hate telling people it's my birthday because I'd be like, I don't want to get older and all this stuff, right? But now with maturity, you see there's like a lot of cancer and stuff in my family. And my like younger cousins and stuff have passed away and whatnot. So now I embrace birthdays. I embrace my friends, my family's birthdays, and I'm going to embrace my own birthday. So,
Not surprised, by the way.
What's that?
That you're embracing your birthday.
You're not surprised?
So what are the plans? What's happening?
Well, there has to be a change of plans, but my best friend, San, she always sets up my birthday. Like, she just does whatever, and then we all roll with it. So I think 13 or 14 of us are going for like so I'd like to go for tasting menus. So you do like a 3 to 4 course meal. And I feel like it's an experience. You treat yourself, you have a culinary experience, and then you all get to like talk about the flavors and like the presentation and all this, that stuff, you know, like how the chef did, and, you know, you get the same palate. You know, maybe you like the appetizer, I didn't. You know what I mean? Or this was too crunchy, or this was, you know, you get to talk about the flavors. And I think it's like an experience you get to do and catch up at the same time.
So where are you going?
Yeah.
Going to that sushi restaurant that's in Ice District.
I know of it.
Oh, I know. I don't know.
It used to be in the Coco building, or like where that Coco restaurant was, or whatever, that chocolate place.
It's like a Michelin star chef.
Yeah.
And
It's always busy, it looks like.
yeah.
Well,
you
it's
need
also not
Russell's
big.
way in
Not a big
advance.
spot, yeah.
Yeah. So
what
we're
is that one
and
called?
he
again?
starts exactly on time, and like you have to have your butt in the seat. So
MSSM.
yes, that's right.
Is it just called MSSM?
Yeah.
Honestly, don't know if it's or if it's
It's right by Modern.
Mism.
Like Bourbon.
So anyways, it's just it's expensive and stuff, but you know, once a year, whatever.
Well,
But-
it's when it's the sushi's done right, though, it's like it is a full experience. There's Fairmont Jasper downstairs. There's a sushi spot, very small, very limited. There's like almost no reservations.
in
but
Edmonton?
in Jasper for
In Jasper, my bad.
Fairmont Jasper.
Okay, I'll put that on the list.
I've never been to it. There's a great documentary, Jiro Dreams of Sushi or something like that. Great documentary about a guy who has a sushi place over in Japan, and just the art that goes into proper sushi.
But Michelin star chef too. That makes it
Exactly.
Yeah. You're getting good quality.
Yeah,
no
I get
question.
treated like a princess on my birthday. But I also do birthday week. Like I just had like my other friend took me out.
So were we supposed to bring cake in today then?
If I didn't have my this injury, I would have brought in stuff on Friday.
Wow.
But
There's 3 locations of that MSSM. There's Yorkville, Ossington, both in Toronto, and then Edmonton.
Well, there you go.
It's big deal. Like I'll give you guys my review. I went to a place called Dog Patch on the weekend. That was really good.
What
a vibe.
Where is
Wow.
Like by McNally.
that?
In that area there?
Yeah.
That was a vibe. It was busy, but the food was so good.
What kind of food?
Well, we had brunch and we shared, so I got to try a little bit of everything. Yeah, it was really nice. It was so beautiful outside, so I sat outside.
Okay, I was going to ask, are people sitting outside?
Oh,
Yesterday
yeah.
was great.
Yeah,
I saw
yesterday was
Campio
warm
was
too.
busy.
Campio.
Their patio was
yeah,
busy.
they
Well, we got
had
to
it.
almost 20 degrees yesterday.
Yeah.
So one time it was.
Yeah.
I was driving to my wife's parents for dinner last night, and her car
20?
was saying it was 20. Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
Beautiful day yesterday.
Well, even this morning, it's not getting as hot today, but it's 5. When I woke up this morning to go work out, it was 5 above, like at early in the morning.
It's funny how 5 is like, it's so warm.
I know.
And then we get to fall and it gets to 5. You're like, oh my God, this is so
Yeah.
cold.
I
It
know.
was so hot. Like the sun coming inside the house and like so hot. I want to turn the AC on now.
I had the windows open in my
Yeah.
condo.
Yeah.
What did you guys have for food at Dog Patch?
I had the classic Benny sausage. You should choose which one. And then my friend had it was like a hash bowl.
Yeah.
And then we split it. And it was so good. And she's gluten-free. So it had gluten-free biscuits. So
Oh.
good.
I've heard of it.
All
I've
made
never been.
in-house too.
I like that.
Yeah. Really nice vibe. Just no TVs. So then she took me for drinks after to watch the game.
So that's you had brunch, but if you went for dinner, what's their genre of food?
I didn't see it. I think it's just standard.
Pub fare? A little
Yeah.
nicer than that?
Yeah, I'd say nicer than that. It's like a place with like hippies and dogs.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sounds nice.
I wish I could give a bad review as well to some. Like I went to another spot the weekend before and their brunch is so overrated. It's in White Ave. And like apparently the Jonas Brothers went there. And when I had it, I didn't finish it.
Really?
Yeah. But I won't say anything bad.
Yeah.
I wrote them a review.
You're a review writer?
Yeah, I'm one of the top. I think I'm top 10% in Canada, and I get paid in Play Store credits.
We're just on Google reviews?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get paid like $7 a year.
You get $7 a year.
Yeah.
And what's Play Store though? I don't know.
Oh,
what that
like
is.
an app store, Apple Store. Like you get like credits, so I can download, like I can purchase an app or a book or something like that. I never even use it because I forget it. They give me 30 days to
I
use
buy
it.
books.
I always learn so much when I'm on the Hangout.
There's a Google Rewards app that every so often you do surveys and you get Play Store credits.
Yeah,
I buy
see?
books out of it.
Yeah.
I got
yeah.
a bunch of cookbooks now on my Playbook app.
Are you a master chef? You cook for yourself all the time? You have a master chef? Or
Oh, I
what?
wouldn't say I'm a master chef or at all, but I do. I don't mind cooking, and so yeah, no, I have a bunch of because there's never an app to buy. I got a bunch of cookbooks now.
Cooking for one is not necessarily an easy thing to do, though.
Sure, it is.
Well, you cook a bunch and then
It's
eat it. Then
leftovers.
eat
Oh, I'm a
leftovers.
leftover guy.
You're a
I
leftover
will
guy,
absolutely
okay.
do leftovers. I don't need to cook a new meal every day. I
I
will
love
do
leftovers
leftovers.
too. You can always change it up.
I go to my parents on Sunday and I grab leftovers for like 3-4 days.
Lucky you. Then you don't have to cook.
I don't have to cook until like midweek to late week because my parents on Sunday, when I don't go to my parents on a Sunday, it's like, oh, I got to cook this week. Legit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't miss it.
I don't.
Sunday dinners with family is important.
Oh, I love it. It's my thing. I go every Sunday. My mom knows that the door's going to open at 3:00 and in I come. It's very rare for me to miss a Sunday. I think I've missed one this year. Last weekend I had a miss. But beyond that, I don't think I've missed the Sunday dinner with my folks.
My wife's dad is from France, and so he is a wine connoisseur, a cheese connoisseur, and he loves cooking. So every Sunday, pretty much for years, it's something completely different that he finds these fun recipes and cooks things a different way. And then, but I'll go in and there's beautiful, nice wines to drink. And then appetizers are like high-end fancy cheeses. And I'm like, this is heaven. Wine, cheese, and
That
then
is heaven.
a delicious meal. And then he'll say like, yeah, last night we had meatloaf and mac and cheese. Like, but he
love
finds
meatloaf.
these recipes from like famous chefs and then cooks them. Like meatloaf sounds like meatloaf. This was delicious meatloaf that he found from some fancy chef, and
mac and cheese.
oh, it was
That
good.
sounds like a deadly
It
combo
was
to me.
good. Oh.
Yeah.
And don't forget the wine.
And the wine.
Yeah, don't forget the wine.
Well.
Yeah.
Big Uke, it is Aries season. Thank you. Sorry.
What was that in
What is
regard
that
to?
about?
He said he knows like 3 people's birthdays on Friday.
What's that got to do with Aries season?
Sings Aries
Aries
season.
season.
Aries, it's our time. This is our energy.
Ah,
this is
this
our
is
Mercury in the
astrology.
microwave, okay? I don't even know what that means.
I'm confused by that.
Me too.
I am.
The fact that there's 4 people's birthday on the same day I just don't get how that's connected to it's your season.
I'm just saying, it's Aries season.
That's the only thing I just.
That's all I gotta say about it too.
Portions of this hour of the EST Hangout, they are brought to you by the High Product Marketing, official merch partner of EST, promotional products that bring the buzz. Check them out, thehighproductmarketing.com. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I don't know. Anything else really going on that we haven't touched on?
How about a big baseball contract that got
Yeah,
signed?
Yeah,
Vladdy?
thank you.
Mhm.
Vladdy.
That's
Rogers didn't want to pay early, so now they have to pay now, and they $500 million and 14 years later, Vladdy stays with the Blue Jays. Blue Jays fans are happy.
So where does that fit in to some of the other big contracts recently? Like because there was some massive deals.
Biggest
signed.
MLB contracts ever. Let's see where we are.
Yeah, he's
He
probably,
ranks third.
he ranks third
According
biggest
to this
ever?
one thing I'm looking at, it might
Behind
be
Ohtani
third.
and
Yes. So
Soto?
Juan Soto's 15 years, 765 million.
Ooh.
Shohei Ohtani was 10 years, 700 million. So in terms of total money, Vladdy's 14 years, 500 million. Trout was 12 years, 426.5 million. Betts was 12 years, 365 million. Aaron Judge was 9 years, 360 million. In terms of biggest contracts by year, I don't know where he would rank now.
But how about Rogers?
Soto's
like,
making
paying
51
up?
million.
Rogers spent a lot of money last week. A lot.
Oh,
of
that's a
money.
good point. They dropped a lot of money over the next 14 years.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's-
right.
I guess
But
maybe $500 million over 14 years is a lot less than 11 billion or 7.7 billion over 12 years. I guess maybe that made it a little easier for them. Oh, we just dropped 7.7 over here. What's 500 more?
Well, yeah.
What's 500 more?
Sure.
So where are you guys at with the value of that contract? I mean, the Blue Jays had to do that, right?
I thought he was as good as gone when it all fell apart.
Yeah.
I was confused during this winter. I went like when the negotiation was happening. I'm not a Jays fan. I'm a Yankees fan. So I had to ask. I went on the show and I
Nobody knew
said, but for the Jays fans, like explain to me, is there a number where you'd be upset? Where you'd be like, no, let him walk? And the answer a lot of the Jays fans messaged in, which then made sense to me, and then I connected to the Aaron Judge with the Yankees, was there isn't. Like, you just need to keep him. Even if you're overpaying him, you just need to keep him. You can't allow this guy to walk. Even if you know at some point this contract is going to turn bad. I don't know if Jays fans think this contract is going to turn bad. When Aaron Judge re-signed with the Yankees, I went, this contract's going to be bad. You can't let Aaron Judge walk. So I think everyone's happy. That's the way I look at this one.
If the Jays let him walk, they would be forever also ran franchise. I mean, they'd just be an irrelevant franchise.
It just had to be
forever.
done.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, they're irrelevant. The Jays would have been irrelevant.
And just even for your fans, and it's just like, it's better to overpay him. Even like, let's say in year 10, you're sitting there like, this is an awful contract. It was better at this point to be like, okay, you're going to deal with that, as opposed to all of a sudden he's a Red Sox next year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would have been.
Does this come with a ripple effect where guys will stay now? Like, I thought of Bo immediately. Because remember last year, there's talk of Bo even being traded last year.
He had a conversation with a reporter from another city about where he'd want to play.
Yeah.
Which was very weird.
Or are we giving up on Bo here? Jays country and Jays nation, whatever they call themselves.
They gave up on this one, like you just said. They didn't think it was going to happen. I don't think anyone did. When I saw that come across my phone, I'm like, oh, I thought that was dead.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
And here we are.
yeah. So it's got to change some things for sure.
Does it save Shapiro and Atkins?
No, they're safe anyways.
Shapiro, yes. But
They're
Atkins-
safe anyways. They didn't get rid of Atkins yet. They haven't got rid of Schneider. Atkins is at least 2
Schneider.
years safe.
I thought Schneider was supposed to be long gone too.
Schneider is the first one to go. Atkins gets that fire. Atkins ain't going anywhere.
Does this change the perception of the Jays as an organization?
No. Fans will still be angry if they keep losing. That's why it's going to come down to the
They got
results
swept
in
by
that one.
the Mets, right?
That's
Yeah.
right.
I actually
That's
watched the
right.
Oh,
game
you're a
yesterday.
Mets girl?
Yeah,
Well,
because the
I
Jays
thought
let me
maybe that
down
was
all the
just
time.
a treat you bought yourself in New
No,
York.
I went hunting for a Soto shirt.
Nice.
Yeah, I was gonna get the jersey. The
Jerseys
doll-
are like $300.
yeah, the dollar's so bad.
You
I
been
was
to a
not
Yankees
fit,
game
yeah.
in Yankee Stadium?
Old Yankee Stadium.
Old Yankee Stadium.
They destroyed the Twins with Justin Morneau. Derek Jeter hit a home run in that game. It was like 9-2 or something.
That sounds
Jeter's not a guy that was known for home runs as much. It was nice to see a home run of Jeter.
I was saying this earlier, but I'm going to the Yankees Blue Jays game in New York later on this month. So that'll be
It'd be
fun.
part of the roll call.
What's
At
that?
the start of the game, the bleachers, they yell every player of the Yankees, and they keep chanting the name until the player waves to the bleachers, and then they move to the next team player.
Wow,
It's a cool little thing.
That's so
The
cool.
roll call,
That
the roll
does
call's a
sound
lot of fun. And some players will wait a while to get the chant going for a little bit longer, and then they'll see the wave. Some will go right away and give the wave.
You're not sitting in the bleachers though.
Well,
Well, you'll hear it through the whole stadium.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I'll sit where I don't care. I mean, I just want to go and watch and experience it. So
The true Yankee fans will be in the bleachers.
Yeah, I need to find out where I should
Oh,
sit.
it's the high price
'Cause I'll
money
just
is
be
in
by
the seats.
myself, and my wife will be at a conference, so I'll just go by myself to
Yeah.
the game because it's in the afternoon. So she'll be busy, and I'll sit wherever the experts of Yankee Stadium tell me I should be sitting.
Fair enough, man.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Bleachers would be the diehards.
We sat in right field before it turned to the bleachers, so like hugging the foul pole, and so all the bleacher people were off to the side. But it was cool. I thought it was really nice. We did the tour through the museum. Did not get to Monument Park. Old Yankee Stadium and the history there, I guess, is really neat. But the new one I thought it was just beautiful, super comfortable, very nice, very expensive, but worth it.
The tickets were expensive, or
Everything, just everything.
everything was.
But it's like you're in New York.
yeah,
What do you
exactly.
expect?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like Stu skated today, by the way. That's
Good.
according to Twitter.
Good.
Twitter X. I did not know this. So Oilers are playing San Jose this week. I did not know this. Rick Celebrini, so Macklin Celebrini's dad, is the VP of Player Health and Performance for the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
He was a junior shark.
That's
Okay.
why Macklin, them winning the draft lottery and Macklin being there is kind of like
Like a good thing.
a great story,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And then I think his dad also did stuff for the Canucks too. Because they're North Vancouver people, I believe, right? Yeah. Just a fun fact that I saw. And I was like, oh, wow, working for the Golden State Warriors? That's wild.
Oilers can clinch tonight with a win, and
Flames lost in
Flames
regulation,
lost,
I
yeah.
believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Lovely. So then you do have to stay up until midnight to watch this game.
Just to watch them clinch a playoff spot.
Yeah, sure.
They're in the playoffs.
Trying to be positive.
They were always going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, they were.
We've just got a few minutes. Okay, if you want spoiler free, do you have thoughts on White Lotus? I'll give you, but it has to be spoiler free.
About like who died and stuff?
About the season, about the episode. Can you give thoughts that are spoiler free? You can't spoil anything.
Oh, it's so hard. I think there's a lot. That was so hard.
So then
because
no.
There's different characters I
then
want to talk about.
We could save that then.
Yeah, it's going to spoil regardless.
Well, I thought
We can
in
talk
the
after
end,
the
what I'll
show.
say is I
Yeah.
believe that season 3 is it's the third best season of the White Lotus. I think 1 and 2 were better than season 3.
Yeah, because this was different. It was
different, and I was
yeah.
fine with that. But it's just there's certain things, and again, I know I'm going to go full into that. I could go through the whole season that it just didn't live up to 1 and 2. Still a really good season. Still enjoyed it. Would watch it again one day. But I think some people think 2 is better than 1. Others think 1 was better than 2 in White Lotus. I don't think anyone's going to say 3 is better than 1 or 2.
I agree with you in that. No, but still a great season.
Great season.
Yeah.
Some great acting, and
Last
I
of
could
Us
see an
is
award
starting.
being handed out to a couple of the
Yeah.
to the.
Goggins.
He might. I think
He's
Parker
my
Posey
favorite.
might
Yeah.
get an award for this season. What are you getting for yourself at the shop?
I haven't decided. I'll probably a few things, but I'll wander around and see what all is there. One thing I was thinking, I might buy the VIP golf show is 20 weeks long. There's always a trivia contest where you win some TaylorMade golf balls, but and a gift certificate. But I may buy 20 ball markers and add that to the prize pack.
That's a good one.
Yeah, thinking about that.
That's pretty cool.
And we have a Masters contest through all the ranch socials right now. And the prize is a mystery gift that I'm going to pick out from the Masters shop when I'm down there. I have no idea what I'm going to pick out, but I'm just going to pick out something super cool that someone that wins our Masters contest on socials will get.
Well, and with that, for anyone that, if you want to get in this contest, there is no way to get Masters stuff outside of being at Augusta.
Yep.
Or buying, to your other place, like secondary market, paying a lot more. You can't go on the Masters shop online and buy one because they ain't one.
Yeah.
So those would be really cool prizes.
For
possibly
sure.
go in. So go check out the Rand socials to get into that.
Honorable mention, UConn in the women's tournament.
Yes. Actually, thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, they beat South Carolina, and South Carolina was favored, right? So and it was like a blowout of 82-59.
I didn't see what the line was going into that game. Going into the Final Four, I think a lot of people thought UConn was the team to beat at that point. I'm happy Paige Bueckers got a championship to end her career
Exactly.
and college career.
Yeah.
She was the the it girl like a few years ago. She was amazing, and then she battled through 2 major injuries, and then she came back to UConn this year and got that title. So I'm very happy for Paige Bueckers, who will be interested to see where she goes in WNBA drafts, because first pick is Dallas, second pick is LA, but there were some rumors that apparently Paige Bueckers might pull an Eli and go, I'm not going to Dallas, but then I think she's refuted that or something. So that's going to be fascinating to watch.
I have one little thing to.
Go.
If you're craving some live baseball, Doug from St. Albert sent this in. Edmonton Collegiate Riverhawks junior and senior varsity teams are hosting the Dinos out of the University of Calgary. 4 games today at Remax Field if you're up for a little collegiate baseball.
I was just gonna ask you guys. DJ Pauly D was in town this weekend. Did you guys hear his like tent go off? Because it looked like 1 million people slammed in there. I couldn't
hear.
believe
Where was
it.
it?
The
In that
fan
River
park.
Cree? Oh, fan park.
Yeah,
Didn't hear a
fan
single
park.
thing.
Okay.
Literally didn't hear a single
I
thing.
just couldn't believe it.
I'll say
Like
that.
looked sold
Was that
out.
yesterday?
It was
Saturday.
Saturday.
Oh, okay.
He had an Oilers jersey on.
Oh, no, didn't hear.
Yeah, his set looked a little weak, but like it just was slammed in there, and I was just again proud of the city to still be alive. But I will see you guys next week because I know you're gonna wrap this up. But I'll see you guys next week. Wish me luck with my birthday and my leg and all that.
Good luck with your birthday and all of that in your leg.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Have a great time, Murray.
Oh,
Looking
thank
forward
you
to
so
next
much.
Monday,
Yeah.
hearing all about this. This is
Yeah,
going to be a fun little
absolutely.
thing, or a trip for you.
Aries season.
Lock
Aries
Shop
season.
coming up next. We got Oil Stream. We got EST Afternoons. We got the Reed Wilkins Show, the return of Reed as well. We've got the GCLD's Oil Stream pregame show later tonight, 7:30. Tommy and Hernan will get you set for that one. On behalf of Brennan, the intern, Tommy, Jasmine, Murray, I am Matt. Thanks for tuning into the EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage and your clear choice for Edmonton sports. Up next, Lock Shop. Don't go anywhere.
Let's go.
There you go, right in front of the camera.
First time guest, long time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout, presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Gazzola with here, joining us today.